to The Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille and Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is The Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executives View. This is the view from on top. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down, man. If you see this show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things in big places. I definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. I don't do this by myself. I got a slew of brothers that are sitting here ready to chop it up and talk about everything around the world of sports. My man Villain's in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Villain, what's going on, fellas? Good to see you on this Tuesday. I don't know where you are, where we are. It is raining. I'm tired of this rain in July and June. I mean, can we please get some good weather? Lord have mercy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to hear from you, man. I got my man LG in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Man, look, Barry, you can't even talk, man. I'm in Houston, bro. We've been having like a monsoon out here, man. It's been thunderstorming, canceling flights, all kinds of crap, dude. Man, you gotta remember, when you start talking weather, man, I'm in Houston, man. We get like 7 seasons in one day. But
you get that right here in the DMV. I'm not gonna hold you.
Hey, serious. Look, if you ever been to Houston, man, and you stay more than a week, you'll find out real quick, bro, that all weather is nuts, bro. All weather is like, we get tropical, winter, everything all in one day, dude. Like, you will be in Houston, you need a big coat and an umbrella and a Charlie Brown rain boots and everything, man. Dude, this is the only place I've ever been to. It could rain and literally it gets so hot the mud turns into dirt.
I believe it.
Yeah. In the same day.
I believe
same
it.
Day. Yeah.
CK's in the building. What's going on, CK? How we doing, sir? Man, CK's probably frozen.
No, that's just the way he looked.
I'm good. I'm getting a really choppy connection.
Oh, yeah.
You guys hear me?
You're in and out.
I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and mute him until he gets himself together. But I don't doubt that he'll be back here shortly. Man, I wanted to kind of start off around the diamond, man. We had some interesting goings on that took place over the weekend, some things that took place yesterday, and some things that are taking place currently that I definitely want to dive into and chop it up with you guys. First and foremost, Shohei Ohtani returned, as well as Juan Carlos Stanton for the New York Yankees, who still can't get their offense off the ground, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Wanted to talk to you guys here. Which return is more important, or more significant? Shohei pitching or Juan Carlos at the dish? Villain, come to me, talking to me, man. How'd you handle that?
I mean, that's a loaded question, just because obviously I'm going to say Giancarlo, but really Giancarlo, we just want October. Giancarlo, we don't care what you do during the season. You can not run, do whatever you need to do. He shows up in October. But I think getting Shohei back on the mound is a big thing, just because, like, you don't see that kind of player very often. And I think it was his first pitch was at like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, that was insane.
I mean, it just reminds you that this guy is a Martian, and like really a Martian. Like, you don't see his kind out there. So it was good for baseball to see him on the mound throwing. He only pitched the one inning, kind of didn't look too sharp, but his first time out, the first time since the injury, he's throwing 100 miles an hour and throwing 99 effortlessly. Like, it's amazing to see.
Yeah. before we keep it moving, man, coaches in the building, what's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm sorry I'm late, man. I don't know if y'all heard, man. There's this joint on Hulu called Predator Killer of Killers. Like it is fantastic. So I was watching that before I was came on. I just want to forget. I got to the very end. I decided to like watch that. So yeah, it was pretty good.
CK been advertising it like in the
I
chat,
know
like,
he get a check or
yeah,
something.
Right, yeah.
CK,
Cut the man a check. Real talk.
yeah.
Cut the man a check.
That is not wild.
But real talk,
Anywho,
this is
talking
like
about
your normal time though, Steve. This is right on time for you though.
This is
Wow.
Like,
not this is not wild. Yeah, this is I'm actually
yeah,
early. So like
yeah.
yeah.
that's a true ass statement.
This
That's
is
a true
on the
statement.
time.
Mhm.
That's a true statement. But we're talking about the significance of Shohei Ohtani and Juan Carlos Stanton returning to the respective teams yesterday. Um, Obviously, my man Villain said he doesn't really care about June. Juan Carlos, he needs him in October. Shohei returning the pitch for the Dodgers, only got the inning, but he threw that heat man. Talk to me, coach. Where'd your head at?
I mean, look, I mean, to anybody besides Yankees fans, Otani's probably the bigger deal. Because right now, should I say?
In the villain,
Because
because I
you know,
said Shohei.
yeah, I mean, like I said, so the villain and other people, but as far as like you said, it's like October Stanton is what everybody wants to see. It's just to see Otani, who like he didn't have like just a little weakness in his elbow. He couldn't pitch for a year. He had Tommy John surgery, and for him to
Mhm.
come back and still be able to whip it like that, like you said, he's a Martian. It is ridiculous what he can do. We were talking about this like recently, where it's like Otani, Judge, these two guys are just if left up to me and most people, it would just they are the best players in their respective leagues, and they would probably just win MVP every year in their leagues because it's just like with like these two guys on another level. And it's great to see. Like as a baseball fan, it's like Yankee fan, Astros fan, Mariners fan, whatever like that aside. As a baseball fan, like I don't think a lot of people realize how good we have it being being in this same era to be able to watch Shohei Otani play baseball. It's one of those things where it's like he is a real live character from the show. Okay. It is just like,
Mhm.
my creative player on the video game, he hits
Yeah.
50 he hits 50 home runs, he bats like four, he does all this stuff like that. And I go out there and I throw like 8 shutout innings. It's like he's doing video game stuff in real life. And it's crazy to think because it's one of those things, guys, where they say like guys get kind of better command and control after Tommy John
Yeah.
because they can't just rely on just
On
straight
heat.
gas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like to see Otani with better control, with better location on his pitches. Ugh. Wouldn't want to go against that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Larry, talk to me, man. Where's your head at, man? Shohei gets back on the bump. Juan Carlos shows up in June. The significance of both men will be probably felt in October. But what say you, man? What's person gives more significance?
I ain't gonna break nothing up, man. It's Otani, bro. I mean, it's like one Stanton, dude. This is what he does. We know he's gonna miss games. He's gonna be injured. This is what he do year after year. It's like, okay, whatever. Let him. He's probably gonna be out again. Miss a couple of more games. He'll be good and ready by September. So nobody really care about that. But y'all have heard me say this over and over and over again, right? And I'm gonna keep saying this, even when it comes to like Travis Hunter. Let a unicorn be a unicorn, man. Like let the guy be who he is. And I get it. You're like, oh, well, he shouldn't pitch again and all this. Man, if that dude loves pitching and he can hit the ball, to freaking the bay, like, dude, let him do them. Like the good thing about it was like last night, yeah, he got his feet wet with pitching again, but he still came out and won the game. He still came out and won the game. It's like, yeah, you know what? By the way, he was throwing gas, but he's still coming in over here knocking the cover off the ball. Like
Mhm.
we're probably not gonna see another guy like this in a while. And I'm a fan of let guys be themselves and don't take away from them. It's like in football, we all been in that era where it was like, oh, he's a running quarterback, move him to wide receiver. No, let him be a running quarterback. Like we get into this fixture of what guys supposed to be instead of letting them be who they are. And I'm glad to see him back on the mound because obviously you could tell last night, just like he like hitting the home runs, he likes striking out dudes. Like he loves it. Like, yeah, let him keep throwing gas, let him pitch. Now, you do have to throttle him down a little bit. They have to be a little careful with him because he is coming off Tommy John. But yeah, dude, let the unicorn be the unicorn. And I love unicorns. And like Steve said, we're still a real life video game. You remember how back in the day you could go back and edit their attributes and be like, I'm gonna give a 99 in home runs. I'm gonna give him a 99 in pitching, and I'm gonna go back in and manipulate his position.
Speed, yeah.
Yeah. You could just like slide the attributes over. It's like, man, how many times in our generation, and I'll kick this over to Chandler, you the senior on the crew, dude. When have we ever seen a guy that could throw 100 miles an hour and still hit the ball out of the stadium? I'm giving it to CK.
Well, they never let people do it. So,
huh?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got
hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, I said they never let people do it, so we don't know if it could have been done before. That's the whole
I'm saying,
thing.
how many times have you seen it?
My only issue with the whole, well, they never let people do it, so obviously we've never seen it. You see, if they never let people do it, then obviously this is the first time we've seen it.
Wait. They let people do it in college, but when they got to the pros, they didn't let them do it.
Yes.
They made them pick one or the other.
Yes, and that's my point, is I understand Ohtani is tremendously talented, okay? But he's been allowed to do this. So we got to stop saying nobody else could ever do it. They never allowed anybody else to do it. They never allowed anybody else to do it. I'm quite sure there were other people who wanted to. They didn't let them do it. So
I'm gonna keep it a whole being with you, though. I'm gonna keep it a whole being with you. Like, I'm scared to death to let him do it because of the again. He just had Tommy Johns.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and everything like that. Like, it's just, I kind of want him to protect himself. I kind of want people who want to save him from himself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the camp. I'm in the camp too. Sorry. Like, I wouldn't let him do it because of the injury, and like I would protect him. Like LG said, like I would just have him as a closer.
Yeah,
like one inning, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Like you try to come in the ninth inning and try to hit that. You know what I mean? Right. So, I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, the thing is, you're not protecting him from himself. Okay, he is a pitcher. The problem is how he's been used with the Dodgers, because remember, Japanese pitchers are on six-man rotate. They're on six-man rotations, which means they're pitching with an extra day's rest.
Mm-hmm.
Until MLB decides to go to a six-man rotation, he's going to keep getting injured. So if you actually want to let him pitch and play the field, or DH now, but he actually is a really good outfielder, by the way, which they don't even let him do. Then go with them.
Let him be a setup man.
Well, okay, but if you go to a six-man rotation, then he's pitching like he normally has when he was in Japan.
But
see, the issue. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I'll go after you.
The issue for me isn't that he has a propensity to get injured. He has a propensity to get injured because he's being used improperly. And that's not the pitching part of it. It's not, he should be a setup or a closer or anything else. It's put him on the same rest and rotation that he was used to. That is why Sasaki has already been shut down. Sasaki's been shut down for the season. Okay? Right. And he's much younger than Ohtani. And all he does is pitch. Because you're asking them to do something that they haven't been trained to do. Their bodies are trained for a whole different type of pitching. So if we're going to bring these kids over and then ask them to be studs, Go to a damn 6-man rotation and stop with the nonsense of, well, that's not how we do it with this American baseball. Miss me with that.
That kind of leads to my point. And again, I thought around the table. Right now, as we currently understand how baseball is working, there is not a 6-man rotation. And so, in order to now preserve the unicorn, as Chandler likes to call him, wouldn't it be smart for the Dodgers to move him to a setup or subsequent closing rotation? That way, he can still pitch, but he's still a tremendous asset to you at the dish.
Wait.
Until MLB allows a 6-man rotation, you got to say
it's not a rule. There's no rule.
Yeah,
against
there's
it.
no rule against it.
Wait.
Anything to do it, yeah.
No team is doing
To do
that.
it.
No, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
teams don't want to do it because basically you have to pay 6 guys starter money.
That's
reason
really
why
what it's
they won't
coming
do
down to.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And
you
you have the other
Something.
argument, right? Like creatures of habit. I like taking the ball every 5th day. Blah blah blah. Really, these teams don't want to pay 6 starters. They rather
That's
pay
what it is.
5 starters and a bunch of setup guys. You know what I'm saying? But the other thing is, to that point, to your point, they don't want him to be a pitcher. They really don't. Like they do, but they don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they do because he wants to. It's a condition of him being a Dodger, and he's really good at it. But he's so good as a hitter. I don't really want you messing around on the mound, but I gotta kind of let you because I said you can pitch. You know what I mean? Like they really don't.
Yeah, I mean,
want
and
him.
that's the thing. It's like that's why the Dodgers. Now, again, you're never happy when a player suffers an injury. I don't think, but with the Dodgers, and I don't care what the Dodgers say. The Dodgers probably like, man, I sure hope while he's just hitting, I hope he's like, you know what? Nah, I'm okay on pitching. I think I'll just DH and just hit. The I don't care what they say. In the back of their mind, everybody in their front office like, you know what? I hope Shohei forgets about wanting to pitch.
Yep.
But he didn't because he likes pitching.
Yeah, and he's good at it.
And he's good at it. It's not like he's like an okay pitcher. And it's like, hey, bro, maybe you should just stick to hitting. You know, but it's like no, it's just I just think of like I was talking to my uncle earlier actually, and he reminded me of Smoltz. Smoltz was a good pitcher, but
Very
then toward
good
the end of his
starter.
career, he was like, I can't pitch 7 innings anymore. But boy, I can still come out there and give you 2 good ones. And literally became one of the best closers of that era.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's how good he was. Like
And that's how
people
good
don't
he was
remember how
because
good he was.
he literally could have made the Hall of Fame probably just with his closer stats.
As a
Yeah.
close.
Because he got to a point in his career where he was like, you know what, man? Like I said, I can't do 7. I can't pitch B7. I can give you 2 every night, though. I can give you the 2 best innings you have every night.
But a lot of these dudes, they don't want to be a setup guy. They don't want to be a long reliever. You either want to be a starter or a starter. But really, it's a starter. And then if I can't be a starter, I'll be a closer because it's the money. You got,
Well, that's the money. It's the money
Yeah.
piece, and I don't blame them. Yeah,
and not a lot of closers get big money, right? Like you can count on one hand how many closers get big money. So, we are always talking about the business behind the ball. That's the truth. Like, you know what I mean? Like why Devin Williams wants to be considered a closer because he get paid closer money.
Yeah, the closers get the money. Yeah.
I mean, but I'll jump in here and I'm gonna say this, right? And this is my thing. I don't think he should be like your opening day starter, but could he be a 5th starter when he's only getting 20 starts a season, maybe?
It can be a spot starter. It can be like, hey,
maybe
look, we're
19.
gonna give Shohei 15 starts a year.
Because think about it.
I
mean, I'm and any ball club will take it. Like, dude, first of all, Shohei averages like 12 strikeouts per 9 innings. That's crazy. What team wouldn't take 12 wins from a spot starter / 5th guy?
I mean, you hope to get 10 out of your 5th.
Yeah, but every team would take that. Yeah, every team would take that. And I was looking at it from the standpoint of if, like, say, if you did move into like a setup role, can he still like hit? I don't know the specifics, because sometimes you can't like sub a guy if they did something else or something. There's a little quirky stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that would kind of, you don't want to take that bat out of your lineup. You want to have him in a position where he can pitch but still hit. I wouldn't want him in a position where he came in and he, threw an inning and now we got to take him out or something, take him out of the, take the bat out of his hand.
And that's why I feel as though it's best that he either be a setup man or a closer, because you want that man to bat every 2 innings.
Yeah, but I think it's some quirky rule like that. Like they would have to basically take the bat out of his hand or something, depending on what he did. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, dude, I'm not a fan of taking somebody's stripes or taking the S off their chest. Like, man, if that's what made that guy and that's what he want to do, like let him do that. Like, yeah, you can put things in place, like you said, don't give him that many starts or monitor his innings, monitor his pitch count. They can do things like that, but if that dude likes to start, he likes to pitch, like let him be. You know what? I'm gonna use the old saying, man. Let him be a peacock and let him fly, man. Let the peacock fly, man. Like, dude,
they'll say like you can't put a saddle on a Mustang, right?
Right.
Like, let the peacock fly, man.
But it's a situation where it's like the Dodgers. They do this, like Chandler was talking about it before. Like he had to step out. It's like the Dodgers do this. They like their pitchers to pitch a lot of innings, And with these guys like this, you can't just have them just pitching and going 7 2/3 every start. It's like it's not. These guys aren't built for that. Like the modern pitcher isn't really built for that. We don't have like these workhorse guys who pitch, all these innings and stuff like that. So I could see one or two things happening where it's like, look, Shohei, you get 5 innings, baby. Okay, 5. Like you get the first, you get 5 innings, and then we're gonna set this thing up.
On the pitch count.
Put them on a pitch count. I'll be like, look, you get 5 innings.
But
5, like if you're really rolling, we'll let you go out there for 6, but nothing more than that.
But to Larry's point, like even in those 5 innings, you don't want to take him away from what he does at the plate. So if you pull him, he's gone.
But that's
he's not. That's not how they do it. They pull him. He just don't have a DH.
Yeah,
you don't have a DH.
Yeah,
but
they changed the rule.
Okay, I didn't know they changed it.
Okay, so but if he leaves,
it's literally the whole tiny rule. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
That's what I was asking Chandler. If he comes in and relieves, can he still DH?
Yeah, yes. So he comes in as the DH. He's the DH to start. He comes in to pitch. The DH is for the pitcher, so he just stays in. Now he can't come. He can't come back. Like if you take him out, he can't. You have the pitcher has to.
If you pinch run for him or something, then he's gone at that point. Then you've lost the DH spot.
But that's why you don't do it. Bases, like, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude's stealing 50 bases. You don't pitch run for him. Like,
no, but I mean, like if he was a setup guy and then he came out for the 8th or 9th inning and his order was up, you could probably do a double switch, but he still can't come back. Like he can't come in back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, don't take away what makes him him. That's like running for him.
The thing is though, Larry, like again, I'm with you on this particular point now with Hunter. Football's a whole different ball game, but
let it be him.
Let it be him. We'll get to Travis Hunter part.
Yeah. I mean, look, Larry, you're an Astros fan. We watched Ohtani strike out 12 and hit the 2-run home run to lose 4-2 to the Astros. We've seen him do that before.
Yeah. And I love it, dude, and I'm just saying, don't take away what makes Ohtani, because we might be missing out on something special. Let Ohtani be Ohtani.
Get that guy out of here.
Let's go Red Sox keep making stupid trades.
Let's go talk about how the Red Sox.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Believe me,
the Yankees. We swept the Yankees and we traded Devers.
Yeah,
like a couple. Why would you trade somebody after the game? You do it before the game, right?
And then
you don't do it after the game.
The team playing and tell them get there on your own, bro. Man, look,
man, everybody else is back to Boston. He said San Diego.
8-year-old generational talent.
He's so good.
Right now. He's a Hall of Famer. Right now, he's a Hall of Famer.
So good.
And you got rid of him because you want to prove a point.
Yeah.
Because you want to prove a point.
The
When all
rumor
you
is they
had to
didn't
do,
want him. The rumor
no,
is
no,
that they
all you
didn't
had
want
to
him.
do was not lie to him
Well, they messed
in
this
the
up
offseason.
together.
That's all you had to do. They told him first of all, they got mad at him last year when he said, "Hey, y'all need to get us some players." That's when this all started. When the front office got mad at him when he said, "Hey, go get us some players since you want us to win."
But not when they play my position, guys. Like, yeah,
But
like,
here's the thing.
They got plenty of other players.
He asked them, "Are you going to get Bregman?" They said, "No, we're not going after Bregman." When they could have said, "Hey, look, bro, he's the best bat out there, right? We really want to get him. We know you love third base. Will you work with us?" If they had done that, Rafael Devers would still be a Red Sox because then he would have said, "Okay, I'm open to moving to first base, or I'm open to playing some first base and DH." All right. They didn't do that. Then they said, "Okay, you're only going to be DH. We're not going to ask you to move anymore." Okay, fine. Bregman gets hurt. Hey man, wants to go back to third. You just told me you don't want me to play third. You said I'm a bum. You said I'm terrible defensively. So screw you. Then Tristan Cassis, who by the way, they were mad at because Tristan Cassis came out and said Devers should be playing third base. He's a third baseman. So then his name popped up in trade rumors. People didn't pay attention to that. I did. All right. Now he gets hurt. They're like, "Hey, Rafael, now we want you to go play first base." But Alex Cora said, "We're not going to ask him to play first base." And then Craig Breslow goes behind Alex Cora's back and says, "Hey, I want you to play first base. I don't give a damn what Alex Cora says because I'm in charge." And Alex Cora's going to say, "No, I'm in charge." You have a front office disconnect. You have mutinies going on in the front office. You got it's a knife fight amongst the coaching staff and the general manager and his people. The scouting people are being fired left and right. They're getting rid of all the old school people because they want to bring in their own people. And then you say, "Okay, let's get rid of a 28-year-old generational talent for a bag of balls."
The last remaining piece for that 2018 World Series is right there in San Francisco.
I'm sorry, but the left-hander they got, Kyle Harrison, they sent him to the minors instantly. All right. You got Jordan Hicks, who couldn't handle being a closer, so they became a starter. He can't go more than 4 innings because it takes him 120 pitches to go 4 innings. Okay, you got a marginal prospect and the number 4 prospect who's actually marginal. You got nothing for him.
But they devalued him so much on what did they expect to get for this guy at this point? Because you to your point, you jerked him around the whole off season, and then when you brought in Bregman, and then you're citing this guy as he doesn't align with the team needs. He's not being a clubhouse leader to what we're trying to pay him as a contract and all that. Like, dude, you've been jerking this guy around. He's he's an all-star third baseman. And you're telling your all-star third baseman that you're not in line with the company needs because we want you to play a different position for a guy that's coming in from another team that's not as good as you. Like, Bregman's a good player, but he ain't as good as Devers. What sealed it for me was not only the stupidity of trading him after a game, but then I think it's a day or two later, Devers says, "I'll play anywhere the Giants want me to play."
Yeah, he just had that.
Oh yeah, that wasn't by accident. He's like, you know what?
That was a big FU, right, Coach?
Yeah, actually, you know what, guys, put me
FU.
wherever you want to put me at. I want to jump in here real quick and just say,
yeah, Coach.
Imagine you're a team, okay? Now this magical made up team. Imagine a team of you had like, let's say, like Xander Bogaerts, Mookie Betts, and Rafael Devers. Remember, like, could you imagine if there was this team out there
And Chris Sale. Don't forget Chris Sale.
that had all 3 of these guys, all 4 of these guys on one team? Like, it would be that team would be so good, right? Like, if you had this team with all these, but then it's just slowly but surely, it's like, I don't know what the Red Sox are doing, and I've said this before, like, their ownership group is more interested in their other things, and it's where it's like they're more interested, like they own the Penguins, they own what, like, I think Man U or whatever. Like, it's just they're the Red Sox are on so low on their totem pole as far as like things that make them money and things they care about, to where it's just like, but it's funny because, like, they refer to themselves as Red Sox Nation, and it truly is a nation. And it's like they have everybody from Massachusetts up to Maine by the short and curlies, as my grandmother would say. And they're like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna watch it, you're gonna root for the Yankees? Huh? What are you gonna do? You gonna root for the Mets? Huh? There's not another. What are you gonna do? And it's like the fans, and it's like my son goes up to Northeastern in Boston. I've gotten a chance to know these people. They're very nice people, regardless of what you Yankees fans might say. They're very nice people up there in Boston. I got to know them, stuff like that. But
Sorry.
it is such look at that. Look at that. That is ridiculous. It is like
It
this.
warms my heart, though, Coach. It
Yeah,
warms
of
my
course
heart.
it warms your heart, but it's just like
But
this is
you know what it
ridiculous.
is, though,
Right,
Coach?
it's crazy.
The Red
man.
Sox have become what they despise the most: the Yankees.
Yeah, it's just
There it is.
like
I said it. I said, listen, and I gotta put this in here. Well, they thought I don't know if we weren't on this show, but we all talked about it in different podcasts and all that kind of stuff. If there was two guys on this team, it was Betts or Devers who you would want to keep, it would have been Betts. I would have traded Devers, and that's no slight to Devers because he's a phenomenal player. But they when they made that trade to trade away Mookie Betts, we all said that's the stupidest thing they did.
yep,
Why?
they
Because
broke
he wasn't a winning player, what have you.
because the Red Sox
Two
are broke.
World Series later in LA, he looks pretty damn good. And then the guy that you kept instead of trading, now you trade him away for a bag of balls to Unk's point. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean the guy who you decide to keep over Mookie Betts, then you turn around and like trade him. It's ridiculous. But it's
For
like
nothing.
I don't know what's going on in Boston. Something is riding in the house of Denmark in Boston, and it's ridiculous because this team, like, I mean, it's not like the Red Sox are like scraping the bottom of the barrel here. You know, it's just I don't know. It is one of the most perplexing trades I've seen in baseball in quite some time. I don't understand. And of course, like yeah, like Rafael was like he's a fantastic player. Um, but like what Barry said, you devalued him so much to where it's like this was probably about as good a haul you could get back for him, which isn't great.
Well,
Or
But
they only
or
shot
just
him
throwing this
to a
out
few
there,
teams. They only
or
shot
just
him
throwing
to
this
a few
out
teams.
there, you throw Bregman to first, or put him in the outfield or something like that, and have Devers play his natural position, and you do that because you only signed Bregman to a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
or how about we all sat here on this show and said this was a panic signing. The Red
Yeah.
Sox were like, oh my God, we got to sign somebody. Is Bregman still available? We'll sign Bregman. It's just it was a panic signing. It's just they knew. I feel like someone in that organization had to know the consequences of bringing in Alex Bregman.
I don't think anybody did, because if somebody did, realistically, and they still pulled the trigger on this, then they need to be fired for malpractice.
Well,
They
you
won't
see,
be. They won't get fired because
they
somebody
did,
had to
but they
sign
don't
off.
care. They don't
Yeah.
care
Yeah, fair
because
point.
Craig Breslow thinks he's smarter than everybody else. They're ruining their young players, by the way. They ruined Bobby Dahlbeck. They're ruining Tristan Cassis. They're ruining Christian Robinson. Ruining. Okay, because they keep telling these guys that they want them launching balls. Okay, so they're tinkering with all their swings. These kids are still trying to figure out how to hit, and you're already screwing with their swings. Right? That's why Christian Robinson is struggling so much. All right. That's why Tristan Cassis was struggling. That's why Bobby
Dahlbeck's
Dahlbeck
taking a step
struggled.
back. Yeah, Dahlbeck's taking 3 steps back.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought
Yeah.
Dahlbeck was on a trajectory, and now I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
A
yeah.
lot
Yeah,
of
because
people
they
did.
started messing with his swing. So
Mhm.
you have
Mhm.
these people in charge who think they know more than everybody else, right? I've said this. If you look at it, they fired the majority of the scouts who helped build those teams, those World Series teams. They're all gone. They fired them. It's not that they said, "Oh, I want to retire. I'm going to go somewhere else." They kicked them out. And the team is going downhill. This is a car crash literally happened in front of our eyes.
And we all called it.
And we all
the
saw
thing
it
is,
coming.
I hate the Red
Yeah.
Sox, but I don't like when the Red Sox suck because I can't have a rivalry with you if you're terrible.
No,
Okay, it's not a rivalry if one team's bad and the other team's good. That's not a rivalry.
There's always a rivalry because we hate them. They weren't playing good baseball before they started playing the Yankees and they beat us 5 out of 6. But bring that quote up that somebody put in the chat.
Which one?
The last one that you had, because I don't know if Unc saw this. Yeah. So your argument is he can opt out after 1 year, Opie,
Which he probably will.
So then now you got nothing.
Nothing.
You brought him in for nothing.
Yeah.
You ruined your team for nothing.
Yep. You get nothing. Good.
Yep.
Yes, you lose. Good day.
Bregman just goes back to Houston. Like just like, all right, well, this was fun. Have a nice one, boys. Y'all be good. Thanks for the money. I'm
he
gonna
never
head back
wanted to
home.
leave. He just wanted more money. Stay his ass where he at this point. Dude, I mean, you know, this is the funny thing to me. Remember, Steve, we talked about money, right? Dude, remember what we've been saying since the season started? The Giants has been like, hey, we got money. Somebody please come take our money.
Nobody wanted it.
Nobody wants the Giants money. Yeah.
Hey, look, we got a Brinks truck over here. Don't you see free money? Free money. Somebody take it. Dude,
they were trying to get who were they trying to get? They were trying to get Aaron Judge. They
were
trying to
get
get
everybody.
You name a free agent, they were trying to get them. And the Giants were nothing more than a bargaining tool for all these free agents, which is crazy.
Yeah, they tried to get Alfonso
right now. Huh? They got Adames at short. You're gonna have Chapman at third, Gold Glover. Second baseman's decent, and you put Devers at first. And by the way, it's funny. People keep talking about Devers' defense. Rafael Devers was average defensively. He was not some bum at third base. Oh, and by the way, I remember another third baseman who could hit and was really good with the Red Sox. And everybody, they talked about his defense, and he wound up becoming a Gold Glover. His last name was Boggs. Okay, Rafael Devers every year has gotten better defensively. From the time he started to now, he's better defensively. You put him at first.
Boggs was underrated defensively.
He was.
And the thing is, with Devers, it was always his footwork. So the Giants are a good organization. They know how to teach infield.
Sure.
You clean up his footwork, and you got him at first. You got Chapman. Bro, that's a hell of an infield. You're not hitting a lot of home runs in that park come August and July. All right. You ain't hitting a lot of home runs in it.
Yeah, you're not hitting a lot of home runs in that ballpark at all.
It was just one guy.
You got a bunch of RBI guys. Devers drives and runs. Chapman drives and runs. Adames drives and runs. Bro, this is a great trade for San Francisco.
Oh, absolutely! It's a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you make this trade? Like, dude, they probably got the call. Like, get off my phone! You playing around on my phone,
right?
And then they called them back. No, we're serious. Like, we just want Jordan.
Dude, I'm being for real with y'all, dude. Like, think about it from this aspect, right? Like I say, Raphael got a pretty sizable contract. I want to say he's just like 3 something, and he still got like 2 something on it. Dude,
yeah, he's got $212 million left.
Yeah, the Red Sox are probably like, look, we're gonna get some salary off because it seems to me that they like love dumping salary now. They don't want no salary on the books, but at the same time, because of all the turmoil, it's like, you know what? We're gonna send you so far the hell away from us. It's not even gonna be funny. We're gonna send you to San Francisco, so far the hell away. And who would take on all of your money? Like I said, dude, I think if I was San Francisco, I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll make the trade all day. And if I'm Devers, I'm like, screw Boston. Get me the hell. I want to be as far as you ever had a breakup and you're like, dude, I don't want to be as far away from this person as I could possibly be. And I think that he was okay with that. He was like, yeah, send me to San Francisco.
Well, he didn't have a say, but you know, they're gonna pay the money. He don't care. He still get paid.
He's 28. He's got 7 years left, which means he runs till he's 35. As pure a hitter as he is, he's still gonna be a great hitter at 30 in his 30s. See, people say, he's not gonna age well. He's still gonna be a great hitter at 32, 33. He might not hit as many home runs, but he's still gonna be able to drive in runs. So this contract, by the way, isn't going to age as badly as people like to claim, because
that was the funny part to me right there. That was
I guarantee you, Devers hits a walk-off against them this weekend.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
well,
was the funny
I was
part.
like, did nobody look at the schedule?
Yeah.
Like Opie kind of stole
I
my
didn't
thunder a
even think
little
about
bit.
it.
Yeah, no.
Like,
No, I put it, dude. I
get
put
this
it in the
guy out of
chat,
here. Get this guy out of here. He stole my goddamn thunder. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. Like,
dude. Y'all didn't see me
it's
put
like
it. Y'all didn't see me put it in the group chat the other day. I was like, I put it in the group chat after. I'm like, that's the even running part about it. You gonna play him? You play him in
my
3
boy
days.
Robert. What's up, my boy Robert? I hope you watching. He's a Red Sox fan, and he was like, "Of course we play the Giants next week." I was like, "Isn't that great? Isn't that
Yeah,
fun?
God don't make mistakes. No,
Dude,
That's
that's like
that's hilarious.
like we
It's
traded Luka,
amazing.
but
I
we still
love
got
that.
games against him on the schedule. Like, come on, bro. Like, who does that? Like, that's like that's like the most idiotic thing. Somebody didn't say, you know what? We agreed to this trade in principle, but we're not gonna make it effective to after the series. Like, come on now.
And here's the other piece. Here's the other piece. If the Giants fall out, so let's say the Giants fall out of the race, right? And it's obvious they're not going to even make the wild card. You know how big a trading chip they now have with Rafael Devers? And you know that Devers is going to hit when he's there, which means that they'll be able to double what they get back from what they gave. They gave up 4 players, they'll get back 6.
Chandler. I don't think they
No,
trade
I'm saying that's a possibility. I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying let's live in a world where they just implode, right?
Which they would have to. I mean, because the
we
Giants are right in it. I mean, they're right in it.
They're not out of it.
behind the Dodgers.
No, I know that. But that would make it even worse for the Red Sox if that happened.
No,
and then they
make it
trade
even
him
worse.
to, I don't know, the Yankees.
What is it like every?
I
5
hope
years?
not. I don't think that'll happen.
I mean, what is it like every 5 years? The Giants win the championship. That would make it even
pretty
worse.
much.
It's the
I mean, they're 10 games above 500.
It's the odd years with the Giants, and we're in an odd year.
Yeah, that would be so crazy that you trade him and be like, oh, he was the missing piece that we needed to push us over to the.
I mean, have y'all looked at the standings? I mean, the Giants are right there. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. They're 10 games
right
over 500. They're only 2
it's
and a
like
half out.
this is the type of trade that could elevate a team, could push a team. Like again, anything can happen. Like the Chandler say, they could implode. Things could go terribly wrong, but they were already kind of like treading water. So then you make a trade, like it's a no-brainer for a team like the Giants to make this trade, because then you had a team who, look, the Dodgers are doing whatever they're doing. Because like if you're the Giants, okay, let's focus on the wild card. So then if you're looking at the Brewers and like the other teams around you, so like that, you make this move and the Giants are like, hey, we got something cooking here. And there's still trades to be made, fellas. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just
the Brewers have lost pitching. The Dodgers pitching is in shambles because everybody keeps getting hurt. There is room for the Giants. The Giants can win the West. They could win the West.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, they could definitely win the West. But again, like I said, it's just to just bring this back full circle. This just goes back to like the Red Sox in a position where, look, they have the team, they have the they have the fans. It's not like they're not going to lose any support. People will threaten to jump off the bridge, but nobody actually will. You know, but when you do stuff like this, it's like, if I'm a Red Sox fan, it's just like, so what now, guys? What do we do now? You know, it's like we just sit here and we just watch the Yankees just do this. What do we do now, guys? Like, it's just, thank God that like you have the rest of the American. When you look at the rest of the American League, like especially when you look at the Central is god awful. You know, it's just like, because
the Tigers and that's it, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like,
it's like.
And the NL, like to your guys' point, like if you're the Dodgers, take a look at their perspective, right? You thought the Dodgers and the Padres were going to be the class. The Diamondbacks had a good year last year, so you know when you started the season, you're at this point now. You're like, to Coach's point, you're right there.
Well, I mean,
and Devers is out there dangling. Go for it.
The Padres are 4 games out right now, so I mean they're right in the thick of things too. While we're sitting here talking about what San Fran's doing, like.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why you make this move. It's like the Rockies are probably going to win like 26 games, so we throw them out.
They're
like,
national embarrassment.
It's like the Diamondbacks I don't know what's going on out in the desert with them. It's
Bro,
just
I
like
told
it's
y'all the Diamondbacks weren't going to be good. I
you
told y'all.
called that
You did
CK.
call
It's
that,
like
yeah.
it's just like it's just but they're like the Padres are still kind of like in the mix. You know, the Dodgers are the Dodgers, and then you have the Giants there. This, like I said, this was a slam dunk move for the Giants, and yeah, it's just because you're only going to get one team from the Central. You're only going to get one, so it's just like it's going to be good. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be good long term for the
You don't
Giants,
you don't
but
think the Brew Crew is going to make it interesting at a Central?
No, not this
I
year.
don't
I
know.
don't.
They'll make
The
it
pitching.
interesting in the
The
Central,
pitching.
but not to get into the wild card.
No, the Brewers
Yeah,
pitching is in shambles because everybody keeps going down. They can't keep
Yeah.
people healthy. The Central as a whole, bro, is just
Weak.
it's just god awful, man.
yeah.
It's like it's
Well, I
Both
mean, when
Centrals.
you
I don't
mismanagement.
got
know
the
which one
Reds
is
and the
worse.
Pirates in the
Yeah,
division, that kind of
Yeah,
brings the value down.
yeah, it's mismanagement central with both
Yeah.
Central divisions. Mismanagement
yeah.
central.
Both Centrals are awful. I don't know which one's worse.
I
Probably
don't
the
know
AL
how
Central.
the Pirates and the Reds got that young talent and they're holding up the division. It
Well,
makes no sense.
the Pirates are about to unload everybody because that's what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. It's ridiculous though. Like they have young talent. You know what I mean?
Bro,
We thought
everybody
the
in
Reds were on
Pittsburgh's
the
front
come.
office should be fired because
And
this the issue with the Pirates is not the players,
Hmm?
it's management.
No,
Issues
yeah,
absolutely.
man. O'Neal Cruz hit one the other day that landed about 3 blocks away from my house. Okay, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That
It's
You
shit,
know,
ridiculous.
like
that shit was
And like
crushed.
between that and then you look at the Reds, like look at the young talent that they had.
Oh my
Like they were a
God.
playoff team and like
no reason the Reds should be as
no
bad as they are.
reason
No.
that
It's just
they are
it's awful.
that
Yeah.
they're awful. It's so it's mind boggling. It's
I mean,
mind
It
and
is.
Chandler, what about your guys? Like the Royals. The Royals have been a huge disappointment.
I don't know
Good
what's
I
going on
Lord.
with
told you.
them.
They
Like
So-
these teams, these teams had they're not used to being the hunted. They're not used to being the hunted.
Yeah.
And they didn't make the moves they needed to bring in some veterans to say, okay, bro, yeah, that was nice what you did last year, but now
It
is
only
when the
gets
games
harder.
really start. Now is when it
yeah, I
gets
mean,
real.
because I mean the White Sox are the White Sox. You got the Twins are twinning around. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
Like
Boston's
the
going to be
Guardians.
good again.
I'm shocked at how bad the Guardians have been
Yeah,
playing.
but they lost a couple of pieces on that
Yeah.
team too.
Yeah.
They lost a couple of guys, but like you look at the Tigers, it's funny. They brought in Gleyber Torres, and they brought in a couple of guys here and there. I think that's a mix that they need guys that
Yeah.
at least have been in that pressure situation.
Yeah.
And like they're running away with that division. And I don't know if I know you've watched them on Coach. You probably watched them. Tigers are a damn good team.
Yeah,
They're-
and
they're
they
a
got
damn good
Javi
team.
Baez back. They got
Yeah.
Javi Baez back because they said to him, you know what, Javi? Don't worry about it, bro. Just go play. We don't give a damn how many times you strike out. Just go play. And they
And
freed
that
his
was a
mind up.
move that we talked about that we were wow, they paid that guy, but it's working out for them because he's a hell of a baseball player, and you just got to let him be him. And they've got a nice mix of young talent. They got one of the best pitchers in baseball, and then like it's just the right mix. And you know, I'm not a big Detroit guy, but I've been out there and they love their Tigers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They really do.
Oh, yeah.
And like to see that ballpark, which is a beautiful ballpark, get
amazing.
filled up and get filled up with a team that can play. Like you're talking about back when they had what's his face pitching for them every fifth day.
I mean, when they had Verlander, Scherzer,
Verlander,
Miguel,
like
Cabrera,
it was, they were a good
those
team.
Tiger
Like
teams, which those were some of the best teams to never win the World Series. Those like mid tens Tigers team. Those are some good teams that just couldn't get over the hump, man.
Willie
They
Hernandez.
couldn't get over the hump, and like, but it's like I go back to when the Tigers used to play in the old
Tiger Stadium. Yeah.
Old Tiger, that was fun times, being in that triple deck and watching balls hit up there. And then Comerica came and it was a beautiful ballpark, but they had terrible teams. So to fill that stadium up and have a good team to watch, that town deserves it. And they're running away. They're running away with that division. I don't think.
They what 9.5, 10?
9.5 right now.
The Tigers did what the Royals Royals, Brewers, Orioles didn't
Reds.
do. Reds
Oh, the
didn't do.
Orioles. Good grief. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
believe we got this deep
They,
talking about the Orioles. Good Lord.
bro,
Like,
Yeah,
because again, the general manager wanted to be a clown and say,
Yeah.
I don't need to go out and get any pitching. All they needed was pitching. That's all they
that's
That's all
needed.
they
pitching.
need. That's all
Yeah,
they
And
need.
he
That's
chose
what
to go
killed.
get,
That's what killed him in the playoffs, Unc.
Yep.
and
But you
instead
know
of going
what?
out and getting pitching, he went and got retreads, guys who at their best were third and fourth starters, and said, hey, you're going to be my ace. Yeah, how's that working out for you, bro?
Yeah, but you know what I'm gonna say about the Tigers, bro, and I'm just gonna bring you back to my boys, man, dude. AJ, bro, dude, AJ can manage, bro. AJ can
Yeah.
manage his
Yeah,
ass
he's a
off,
fantastic manager.
and
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
and it's like, man, like that dude was the vilified behind the whole scandal stuff, and like, man, AJ can manage his ass off, and
Mhm.
like I said, I don't root against them because of AJ, and you can see it's evident, dude. They got the talent, but dude, AJ can manage, bro. So you got to give him his flowers too.
No,
And
absolutely. You're not wrong. You're
yeah,
not wrong.
dude. Like, so with me, it's one of them things where, you know, we 10 games above 500, and I keep bringing me and Steve Astros fans. I don't know how the hell we 10 games above. I don't know.
Well, then this speaks
Look,
to we
yeah,
playing a division with a
yeah,
Rangers
I
team
get it.
that's all beat up. The A's are young and scrappy, but they're young and scrappy. They're not gonna
Yeah.
win a whole bunch of games. And
And
it's
so
like
let's go
I have
Seattle.
found myself
And the
watching
Mariners are
the
the
A's,
Mariners.
and the A's are just they're just a bunch of kids out there trying to learn how to play, trying to be pros.
Mhm.
And I mean, they're winning, they're
Yeah.
losing. It's just they look like a baseball team, unlike what they look like in years past. And of course, as I said last week,
Yes, they do.
the Seattle Mariners. The
Yeah, they're
Mariners.
gonna do. They're gonna do.
Yeah,
But
so
Mariners are
yeah.
going to
it's funny.
Mariner.
Mhm.
I'm
It's
actually
funny.
going to see. I'm gonna go see the A's next week. So
Dude, it's funny how
Yeah,
all
but
this
you know, even
all
the
this
Angels
fallout.
are playing better baseball. They're not a great team, but they're playing better baseball than they did
And they cut
before
off the
because they got
Yankees.
Rendon is not around.
Mhm.
well, they
Yeah.
get to
You
play
know,
the Yankees 3 games right now. We're struggling, so that makes it look
bro,
good
they already
too.
beat them 4-0. This is gonna be a
Yeah, but
sweep.
it's
It's gonna be
funny
a
to me.
sweep, by the
No,
way.
absolutely. It
It's
should
funny to
be
me
a
how
sweep.
all this
Stink right
played
now.
out because Alex Bregman was over here playing these stupid mind games with us,
Mhm.
and I'm keeping
Mhm.
it PG. He was playing all these stupid mind games with us, and then he goes to holler at his boy, and his boy was like, "Yeah, come on to Boston." And this is that's the even crazier part about this whole Devers thing to me and all the fallout. If you even sign Alex Bregman, then Devers should have been traded in spring training.
We
Devers
talked about it.
been
We talked about
We
it. So
talked about this. We
if you're
talked
gonna
about
bring in a
it.
Bregman, you should have shipped
And
them when you
yeah,
earlier. They waited.
and now, like I said, that's why like Unc was mad because Uncle's like, you basically got, what is it, a bag of beans for him. You got a
Yeah.
washing machine and a pitching machine for him. Like, dude. But at this, because everybody knew it was a bad marriage from the jump to have Devers
Mhm.
and Bregman there on that team. That was just not gonna fly.
Mm.
And now you see the fallout of it. And I'm actually kind of liking it because I'm like, yeah, Bregman, you thought, yeah, you was over here playing these games with us, going back and forth. Because we actually, Steve, you know how I felt about it. I think that's how the whole Kikuchi stuff fell apart. Because
Yeah.
Bregman kept holding him up, going back and forth with him. They kept increasing the offer to Bregman. And it's like, dude, we gave you a fair offer, bro. We gave you a fair offer. We kept going back and forth with him. Meanwhile, everybody else was getting signed
Mhm.
and leaving. And now you thought the grass was greener over there in Boston, and that green monster ain't looking so pretty.
Oh
So,
boy. Like just to throw this in here real quick, boys. The men with the white gloves might want to get old Lord Stanley Cup in position. Because
yeah,
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 is
yeah.
it
I'm
is it
watching that
4 or
too.
3-0?
Yeah, I'm watching that
Yeah.
too.
Just
Yeah,
4?
The
Yeah.
men
They're
with the white
3-0
gloves
right
might
now.
want to
Yeah.
get old Stanley ready.
yeah. It's
But
about to be a repeat.
Lord
About to be a repeat.
Stanley.
Dude.
Yeah, I
know,
mean,
and
listen,
it's
Florida,
amazing how
Florida deserves this series. They're playing really good hockey.
where's Connor McDavid?
They
Have you
beat
seen
him
him?
up. They
Have you
beat
seen him?
him up.
Have you
Yeah.
seen Connor McDavid? I've been looking.
well,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
have
they've
shut
been
him
looking
down.
for him since game
They've shut him
game
down.
2.
Game two.
They
Game
beat
two.
him up.
They do.
Yeah, well,
Game
what
2,
it
they
is
beat him down.
they've said we're not going to let McDavid score. We dare the rest of you guys to beat us.
Yeah, and they can't
And the
do
rest
it.
of them can't
Drysdale
do
was
it.
trying his best.
Yeah,
Oh, Leon,
he's alone.
he's trying his damnedest. You
He's
know what I'm saying?
alone.
But it's just
Evander Kane has turned back into the Evander Kane that we all knew and hated, which is a guy who doesn't show up in the big moments. and takes dumb penalties. You have the coach going crazy, flip-flopping with he's snatching goal. Listen, there's a reason Florida has been in the final so many times and keeps winning. And I don't know how they do it, but every year
there are a couple of bad bounces of the puck away from this being a three-peat, which is crazy.
But they are they're a tough team. They're mentally tough.
Yes.
And
they always go out and get that one
watching
veteran.
them against watching them when they were playing the Rangers last year, like I didn't appreciate how good they were. I was like, they're all right. But watching them, they're a mentally tough team.
Yes.
And they don't let little things in the game like phase them. Like they're a physical team and all that, but like they don't get down. They're good. They're just mentally tough. It's hard to describe. It really is.
They score with
after game one, like you would think they would have been totally out of it. Nope, came right back, had the game plan. They said, no, Connor McDavid, we're going to knock you on your behind. You're not going to do anything, and this is how we're going to win. And here they are, 3-2, about to go.
I think they broke their heart the other night when they scored with 0.2 of a second left. Yeah, I think that was the knife they just dug it in. When you see stuff like that happen to teams, that it's like, man, how do you come back from that? How do you come back?
Maurice, people forget he's a great coach. I mean, he coached in Carolina, okay, and he got Carolina good. This was when people were like, how can you put a team in North Carolina and that team won with him?
Man, they people down in Raleigh.
That was my team. That was Steelers. That was
them people down in Raleigh took to hockey like a duck to water. They love them Hurricanes down there, man.
And
he
played a huge part in that.
Yeah.
And now you get him here. He's a battle-tested coach. He knows how to utilize his talent. He doesn't ask guys to do anything that they're not capable of doing. And he doesn't say, it's my system fit in. He says, okay, this is who we got. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're not good at that? Okay, let's change it around. And every damn year, they go and get that one veteran that I want on the Rangers, and they get him for basically nothing. They get him for nothing. They got Brad Marchand for literally a sack of pucks. They got him for nothing.
All he doing is just scoring goals for every damn game. That's all he doing.
He's going to win. Go ahead.
He's going to win the Conn Smythe.
Yes, he is.
He's going to win the Conn Smythe. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, where did Brad Marchand come from? Boston. Another bad Boston trade.
Another bad trade.
I'm just saying, bro.
Boston.
Dude, it's gonna be funny. You're gonna be like, man, my name. Who in the Kachuk house can talk more crap? Like, man, dude, this is gonna be crazy, bro. And it's got to be killing people in Canada. Be like, you know what? Lord Stanley's Cup is gonna be sitting on the beach again, getting a 10.
They got the All-Star trophy, right? They got that trophy. That was
that's cool, right? They got the little thing,
but it was
the little hockey challenge thing or whatever. Like, they're good for them.
Yeah, but when did you ever thought you would see a Stanley Cup in a southern state?
Yeah, I don't want to hear any
criticism of all states, right?
Places. What's 100?
The one state everybody wants to disown.
At 10 o'clock at night.
McDavid's going to get a lot of grief, and he shouldn't. He has done everything he possibly can. They're just playing a better team. Period. End of story. They're playing a better team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Florida's deep. They're one through. Every line. Their third line is pretty darn good. Like what are you going to do against them? And their goalie's out of this mind. I mean,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, Bob,
yeah. Bob Roski or whatever.
Bob.
Hey, Bob.
I'm sorry, guys. I just I'm watching it, so I totally derailed the baseball discussion.
Oh, man. It's good. Because I wanted to talk a little bit of
hockey in there,
We didn't talk much hockey, so we got to mix it
on the side over here. Yeah, that's what's reflecting off the TV is the game, man. I'm like, yeah. Me and Uncle was talking about it the other day. We was like, dude, I say, we're getting ready for a repeat because it looked like it was over with, and I was like, man, it's looking like, man, Florida gonna pull out again, man. But it's to be real with y'all, it's actually been some good games, like you say. But you could tell that Florida's just a better team. But it's been some good games.
Hockey's a whole different monster, man. Like you got to watch that with a whole different set of eyes than you would like a basketball, football game. Really.
Yeah,
So,
like there's
in the
little
playoff.
ticks. There's ticks
Yes.
in the game, right? In a 7-game series, like there's no denying who's the better team. Like either
Right.
you're out skating them, you're faster, you're
Right.
pressing the puck. Like if you get a power play, you still can't get it in there. You can't get a good shot off. Like there's little ticks in the game that shows you, nah, you cannot beat this team. Like I said last year, like as much as I wanted the Rangers to win, like you just knew they couldn't win. They couldn't beat them. They were just everything was so hard for them. That's when I was watching the series. Everything they did was so hard just to get into the zone, just to get a good shot, to get a 2-on-1. Florida made it so difficult to do everything, and they're doing that to Edmonton. Like they make it so hard to do everything you want to do, to get a man advantage, to press the puck, to stay in their zone. Like it's little things that they do. Like I don't watch hockey as much as like Unc does and like Coach does, but like when playoffs, I can watch it. I understand what's going on. Like it's just Florida's just a better team.
Florida plays what they call a heavy game.
Yeah,
and people that don't know hockey, people that think that means hitting and fighting. Heavy game means I'm just gonna. No. It's like that boxer who leans on you. If you're in the boxer, the guy who just leans on you for 12 rounds. Okay,
that's right.
He just leans on you and leans on you. And by the 8th, 9th round, you're like, bro, I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Do anything.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And then he just puts you away. Florida does that.
I mean, they play hockey in a phone booth. You know, it's like they shrink the rink. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they make this big rink feel very small for teams.
Yeah.
And teams like the Oilers who thrive on having that space and flying all over the place. And they shrink the rink down. And that's what they get teams in such trouble. Like they got the Oilers on the ropes right now.
Yeah,
but you know
it looked like last year when I was watching them play the Rangers, like they always had a man advantage when it was even strength. That's how good they are.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Dude, they scored the other night. They scored the other night they was on the Oilers had a power play and they got a
shorthanded goal. Shorthanded goal is one of the most
talk about
that's demoralizing.
That is such a good punch. A shorthanded goal is just one of the you should never give up a shorthanded goal.
No. Dude, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna quote him again, man. The great Rudy T, man. He said, "Never doubt the heart of a champion, bro." Dude, I want to say it was game 3. I think it was. They were down 3-0. Do you know how that's like a death sentence in hockey, bro? 3-0, and came back and won, bro. Yeah, dude. Like I say, man, they just playing really good, and they showing that championship medal, bro.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you've seen that more in hockey than anything else, though. I mean, I've seen.
No. I'm not talking about 3-0 game. I'm talking about if you're down 3 goals to 0.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I've seen it happen in hockey.
They used to call it the dreaded 3-goal lead because teams
they say a 2-1 lead is the worst lead to have in hockey.
Yeah,
is a 2-1 lead. That's like always like, well, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose 3-2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
because one bounce of the puck, it goes fast. It goes really fast.
Yeah, but coming back from a 3-0 lead, bro, and came back and won, dude. That's like you're not seeing that too often. Not in the finals, not in Stanley Cup finals. No, you're not seeing that. And like I said, that's just championship medal, bro. That's championship medal right there.
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing.
Like I said, never panic, never like thinking that you're out of it. Just you keep playing your game, you're gonna get back in the game.
And the Penguins are not going to give Malkin an extension, so expect Evgeny Malkin to be on the Florida Panthers at the trading deadline next year and be racing the cup.
My squad ain't gonna do that.
We can't get him in New York. We can't get him.
Nope. He's gonna be in Florida.
We traded. Who did we trade away? Didn't we trade away?
Just traded Chris Kreider for nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Chris Drury. I want Chris Drury fired into the sun. Then I want the sun swallowed by a black hole.
There we go.
And then I want that black hole.
Yeah. All right, this part
I
of the
mean, if you
show
play
is
on
brought to you
if you
by
play on that ice all
Angry
the time,
Chandler.
you wanna if you play on ice all the time, you want to go be able to go sit on the beach, man. You know, and kiss some of these
Yeah, but I mean, that
warm
kid was
rays.
supposed to be our future, man. We were supposed
Yeah,
to
like
build
that. I
around
saw
him,
that and
and
I was like, what? Like,
Chris
it just
Drury
didn't work.
is destroying this team because he is a terrible human being. He's constant. You took a team that was a game away from the Stanley Cup Finals, and you sabotaged them from the beginning by leaking. You forced a guy whose wife is a doctor, a top doctor in New York. In New York, they just had a baby, and you basically said, if you don't waive your no trade clause, I'm going to release you, and then you don't control where you go. You forced another guy who was a leader in that locker room out of the franchise. You started leaking things about players, and every time somebody lost, the coach buried them. So it was never the coach's fault. It was always the player. Yes, players lose games, but coaches lose games too. The coaching staff never took accountability. After every game, the coach said they have to. They have to. It was never we. It's they. Chris Drury, it's they. It's they. It's they. I'm not playing hard for you, bro, if you constantly pointing the finger at me and you're not taking any accountability. So now you got rid of all the leadership. You got rid of another leader. Okay, how's this going to work, man? Oh, and by the way, you have to have one of the last star players you have, Mika Zibanejad. His wife now has to answer rumors in the media. So you're destroying that relationship. Yeah, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I want the Rangers to win really bad, but it just looks so dreary. I mean, like, what's the one constant, man, outside of the players? It's the GM. So, I mean, how many coaches have we run through? Like, I don't know.
Well, because they keep retreading the same guys.
Yeah.
The coach that the Pittsburgh Penguins hired, Dan Muse. Dan Muse is going to be a Stanley Cup winning coach within the next 2 years. That's who the Rangers should have hired. He was on the Rangers staff. By the way, Mike Sullivan, who the Rangers just hired, before he went to the Penguins, he was on the Rangers staff. We should have hired him. He went to the Penguins and won the Stanley Cup 2 years later. I'm just saying.
Man, look, I just want the Arrows to come back, man. You know, we need this expansion team out here in H-Town, man. That's
expansion team, or like I said, I've said this a couple times. Put a team in Atlanta, because we all know in about 4 or 5 years that team in Atlanta is going to get relocated. So then that's how Houston gets our hockey team. Just put the team in Atlanta, and then eventually, they'll move wherever. So,
well, how many teams y'all got in Texas for hockey? Just
the Stars.
You got,
just the Stars. Just the Dallas Stars.
Yeah,
the Arrows.
That's it.
No, the Arrows are defunct.
You got it. Okay, you had it. I know you had an ECHL team. I know you have a USHL team, and you should have an AHL team. So it should be three teams in Houston.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we had like the Arrows. The Arrows were amazing. Like, that was fantastic. They won the Calder Cup a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they talking about bringing them back, but as an NHL expansion
NHL team. But it's like I would like an expansion team, me personally. But then it's like what they did with the Golden Knights, they'll never let happen again.
Oh
So they literally said, okay, look, they did everything wrong. They did expansion the total wrong way because they wanted that team in Vegas to succeed so badly. They just threw all the rules away and let them build this team like a damn Stanley Cup team just like that. So they'll never let that happen ever again. That's why I want an expansion team, but then it's like, man, I was really crossing my fingers like getting the Coyotes, but now they're the Utah Yeti, which fire name. I'm sorry, like the Utah Yeti. That's.
Oh, bro! Did you see the jersey?
I love.
Did you see the jersey? That jersey, I have to have it.
I haven't seen the jersey, but I mean,
It's amazing. They killed it. Whoever designed it, they killed it, man.
But Coach LG, what do y'all want? The Houston Oilers?
No, man, you
cut him off, Sirius. Cut him off right now.
That'd be fire, though, LG. Come on, man. That'd be fire.
You know what the perfect name for an NHL team in Houston would be? The Houston Comets.
Dude.
Don't get me started on the comments.
Don't work, man. They come in. They close to coming back, man. CK, why you talking? They close. But
no.
Look, I'm putting like this.
They put a team in Toronto. Okay, before they gave us the comments back. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously.
I mean,
And
you don't know.
that's no not at all.
Didn't
That's no
y'all
knock
win a
on
couple
Toronto.
championships down there? Y'all won like 2, right?
The Comets,
Y'all won
yes,
2.
they beat the
The
Liberty.
The Comets
Yeah,
won
Comets won
4.
4.
The Comets
They
beat
won
the
the
Liberty.
first. They
Four
won the
Houston
first
Comets.
4
Yes.
WNBA
Yeah.
championships.
Matter of
Steve
fact,
the
y'all
first
beat the Liberty
dynasty.
2 years in a row. Wasn't it, Steve? 2 years in a row, we played the Liberty and beat them.
Yeah, they
Yep.
was the first. They was the
Yeah, I
first
remember that.
WNBA dynasty. But dude, real talk, it's like, man, the Edmonton Oilers could move to Houston, and it would be all other hell around here because anybody last name McNair feel like we are the only people that we should have anything to do with the Oilers around here. And dude, it would be those are like fighting words, bro. That's like instantaneous.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do. I'm sorry.
You can't
No,
even
that-
say,
Neither they fire.
oh, and it'll be
Yeah, that's that Yeti. Look at that, bro.
pushed to the
That
That
face.
is
that's-
kind of
that's amazing,
I
man.
can't front. I can't front.
They
That is kinda
snapped
bad.
on that, man. Like,
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's just
Yes.
too bad. Nobody will know about it. Nobody will see it. You know.
Yeah,
nobody
it's
goes
just
to
it's
Utah.
bad that such beautiful jerseys, logo,
Yeah.
everything is wasted on a team in Utah. It's
I know.
just
Yeah.
awful.
I know.
It's just
Like,
it's just
who-
awful.
who was in the marketing department that said, "Oh, well, another team. We could put a team in Utah. That's a good place for another
Well,
team."
it wasn't even marketing. It was just like my man just got a boatload of money.
Yes,
and
he
was
does.
like, I want a team. I want to move this team to Utah.
Yep.
And he said, I got a bunch of money. And they was like,
Yep.
all right, fine.
He owns two professional sports franchises, doesn't he? He owns
Yeah,
one
I
of them.
forget what other team he owns, but he
Yeah, he
owns
owns
a
another
couple
team.
sports teams. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
just,
think
he just
about
got
it.
a
You
bunch of
gotta-
money and was like, Utah now.
Yep.
If you got a hockey team in Utah, dude, you have no competitors nowhere even like 4 states over.
Well,
No, you
that's
got the
the thing.
Avalanche. One
That's
state
the
over, you got
thing.
the
Oh,
Avalanche.
yeah, Colorado.
And then
But
on the other side, you got the Golden Knights. You're surrounded by
And
teams.
don't forget the Kraken in Seattle. But that area now is
I'm like, dude.
so ripe for hockey fans. Oh, they're gonna make a boatload of money, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They're gonna
saying,
make a
bro.
boatload of money.
Like,
You got the Dakotas. You got people from the Dakotas that are gonna come. Because
yeah,
Dakotas ain't got no sports teams.
nobody in New
Yeah, they
Mexico.
got nothing.
They got no teams out there. They don't have any in Arizona anymore. Anything else is like you say. I mean, I get it, Steve, if you go like Colorado or something like that. But dude, you basically in Utah, and you
I mean,
in
but
Playland.
there's a team in Colorado. The Avalanche.
They're a great team in
There's a team there.
Colorado.
But that's not in Utah. That's a ways away, dude.
But
Like,
I feel like yeah, it's a situation where it's like, look, people who liked hockey in Utah all these years, they might have been Avalanche fans,
Right.
you know what I'm
Now
saying?
they-
So
Now
it's
they
like,
got something of their own.
but now they got something of their own.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
they might be like, you know what? Look, I'm a full stop. I'm a Red Wings fan. I'm a Red Wings fan because I got family from Detroit, and when I started liking hockey, it made it easy. But boy,
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm
Steve
also
Yzerman.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you
Yo.
something. If Houston
Exactly.
ever gets a hockey team,
bro.
I'm going to root for the Houston hockey team.
but you were Arrows
I'm not going to
fan.
just say like screw the Red Wings though. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I
I'm
was
gonna
an Arrows fan. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, look, I was Arrows. Hey, I had the Arrows jersey, man. The Arrows jersey was fire, bro.
Oh, look, yeah. Bring up the Arrows jersey because that Arrows jersey
Yeah,
was like,
I've
that
never
Arrows jersey
seen
was
this.
fire, bro.
But to your point, like Utah is going to get Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming. They'll probably get that.
yeah, they'll get
three
up
areas
there
out
because
there,
then the
so-
Kraken got the Northwest and like
Yeah.
Portland just want everything. It's like they're like, you know what, the Blazers stink. It's like
Yeah, but give them something.
Can y'all please give us something else other side the Blazers. You know,
But coach, you see that arena they're trying to build out there? It's beautiful
Where?
on paper.
Yeah.
I hope
Too
they
much-
build it.
too much Nike
If you
money
build
around
it, they
here.
will
Somebody
come,
please take
right?
it.
yeah. I mean, but Portland has been trying to get that baseball team for 20 years.
I know.
Like they've been wanting that baseball team so bad. The same way Louisville been wanting the basketball team, the NBA team for
Yeah.
a million years
Yeah,
because they're like, look, man, it's Kentucky. We like basketball here, man. Give us a shot. And the NBA is just like, no. Like David Stern was like,
do you
no,
honestly
hell
think
no, absolutely
basketball
not.
can work? Coach, do you think NBA basketball can work in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kentucky.
It's
Yeah.
Kentucky.
It's Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Kentucky college basketball is life. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
Basketball.
doubt you.
Period.
Basketball.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like
no, I don't doubt it.
Indiana gets all the hype about like, oh, it's different here in
But
Indiana.
it's Kentucky.
Kentucky is basketball is like, look, the only thing that comes close
Larry's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you about to go break it out for the next show. You know what I mean?
That era.
I don't
It's
have
just,
one,
it's,
but
it's
hey, I'm
beautiful.
gonna go on
Beautiful.
eBay and find one.
I just hope it
Yeah,
fits. I
yeah,
just
that
hope it
one's
fits
nice.
that
Like the
UConn
old
jersey
school,
you wear.
the blue arrows one was
Yeah.
amazing.
That
Like
was the
like the
WHA.
Gordie Howe
Yeah, that
arrows
was the
jersey.
WHA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing though, in Kentucky, the only thing bigger than basketball is horse racing
Yeah.
and
Sure.
bourbon.
Right.
You know,
No,
what I'm
no,
saying?
I don't doubt it, but it's like in the Carolinas, they only care about college basketball. Like NBA basketball is kind of, yeah, you know, like
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
because and I think a
You
lot
can't
of it is
say that
because
because,
the Hornets are
like,
poorly ran.
that's
Right.
that's
okay,
why.
all right,
That's
all
why.
right, that's fair. All
You
right,
know,
no,
the Hornets are
listen,
poorly ran, and then like,
your
look,
opinion.
I'm not old enough to remember it, but I mean, doing my research and having my uncles and like older OGs tell me about like the Kentucky Colonels, who were one of the
Oh,
best teams in the ABA,
bro. George
and
Gervin. George
was
Gervin,
selling
Dan
out,
Issel.
and yeah, and so it's like,
You
yeah,
done
it's
triggered
just
Chandler's Tourette's, man.
Yeah, dude.
George
Like real
Gervin,
talk,
Dan Issel,
hey,
Kentucky Colonels, they won championships, bro.
mhm.
I'm kind of getting like Steve. Like it's a little bit of a hotbed over there too. You get some pretty good basketball players coming out of Kentucky. Just like NBA probably would never do it, but they could have a second team
Listen,
in
Before we
Canada.
start putting
Because
NBA
Canada-
franchises in
Canada
is
Kentucky,
calling
I
them
need
the
to get an
Kentucky
NBA
Stallions.
franchise in Seattle.
You call
I
them
need
the
an NBA
Kentucky
franchise in
Stallions.
Seattle. I need an NBA franchise in Vegas. Then we can talk about Kentucky.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be in
I
Vegas.
mean, yeah, Vegas is a foregone conclusion.
That's all I
Yes,
need.
but
I need-
Seattle's got to be a conclusion too, Coach. Like they deserve it.
Seattle and Vegas, I think we all know like that's locked and
Mhm.
stuff because I feel
They
like
have
with
to.
Vegas, they're waiting for LeBron to retire because LeBron had already put his mouth and his hands on the Vegas team. So they
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for Vegas. They're waiting for Vegas. When LeBron retires, then they're gonna be like, oh, new team in Vegas and
Yep.
minority owner LeBron
LeBron
James.
Yep.
Yo, speaking of basketball, man, I got to talk about it, man. Desmond Bain was traded to the Orlando Magic
Bro.
over the weekend. I don't even know where to begin with this whole ordeal. He was traded. He got a king's ransom.
Yeah, I mean they traded.
Talk to me,
It's like
Dylan.
they traded for Kevin Durant.
Right.
Like, I thought when I heard like what 4 or 5 picks, Kevin Durant got traded.
Insane.
That
No,
Michael
Insane.
Bridges
Desmond
trade
Bain.
don't look so bad now, do it?
I'm like, well, did they get all those picks because of Miles Bridges? Like, is that or, like
Luke only
like,
got
Bridges, I mean?
one first round draft pick. Desmond Bain got like
Shut up.
4.
Shut up.
got
Dude,
17.
stop it, bro. Stop it.
You know what the problem is? It's like Luka went for 1 pick, and this guy went for like
That's
17.
not the problem. That's not the problem. I'm tired of people saying that, bro. Anthony Davis will be in the Hall of Fame, bro.
It just makes me laugh, LG. It just makes me
Dude,
laugh.
Anthony Davis will be in the Hall of Fame, bro. You cannot
Get an injury Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
No, Anthony Davis will be in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yes, the injury Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he'll be in the Hall of Fame, but like we're talking
Question.
about picks.
How are we
or,
talking
like,
about Desmond Bain and Luka Doncic, and you bring up Anthony?
Because that's all I keep hearing. People keep saying about, Desmond Bain got traded for 4 and Luka only went for 1. But
Yes.
he also got traded for 1 and a future Hall of Fame player.
No, listen, I get that, LG, but still, it's just funny. Just laugh.
It's not.
No,
Just
it's
laugh.
hilarious. It really
laugh.
is.
Laugh.
Because
It's
I can
funny.
see it right now.
Laugh.
Because if Orlando had another all-star caliber player to send back, you would not have seen 4 first rounders. You would have seen maybe 1.
No, because you're
Bain.
dealing with a team in the Grizzlies who don't want to bring any salary back.
Oh yeah,
The Grizzlies are trying to cut salary.
Anthony, the number 16 pick, the 2026 first round draft pick, which is a swap with Phoenix, a 2028 first round draft pick, a 2029 first round pick swap, and a 2030 first round draft pick. I don't care what you tell me, my guy.
No.
It makes no
That's a
sense
lot
for
for Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain to go for that much, and he ain't done nothing.
I mean, but like, look,
good.
I'll pull back the curtain for the people who aren't in our group chat. It's like I said in the group chat, it's like for the Magic are hoping that those picks are in the 20s,
Yes.
23, 24, 25.
They're like
Because
second round picks at that point.
the Magic are making this move because when you look around the East, it's like, boy, this is a move that could kind of like get us in better position.
Yeah.
look
You
at it
know,
like this.
because like again, with a guy like Desmond Bain will fit that Magic team perfectly. He is
Yes.
That's the
literally
Baby Magic,
what they
bro.
are missing. He's what they're
Yes.
missing.
Yes.
He's the type of guy that they need. They need his shooting. They need his ability to play on both ends of the court. This is what
That
they
glue guy.
need.
That
You
glue
know,
guy.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's
Jason Tatum's
perfect for
gonna be
them.
gone
He's
for all
perfect
of
for
the
them.
next year anyway. So Boston's
And
not
they
gonna.
needed an adult in the room. They needed an adult
Well,
in the room too.
yeah, he's perfect
Yeah,
for them. This trade doesn't make sense to me for Memphis because you basically got the John Morant clone. Cole Anthony is a guy who's going to shoot first, shoot second, shoot third, shoot fourth, shoot fifth. Oh, I'm supposed to pass you? Here you go.
Cole Anthony, who may
Like
not
I
ever
don't
play a game for the
I don't
Grizzlies.
see him being there very long.
He might
Yeah,
not
he
ever
may
play a
be
game
out.
for the
If
Grizzlies.
you
So,
keep
I mean,
him, he and Ja, that's not going to work, bro. That's not going to work.
I don't. That's why I don't think he's going to be on that team.
Let
very
me
long.
ask you
Or
guys
they're
this
gonna move
question:
Ja.
Does Ja stay? Because I'm reading reports that Ja is trying to get himself out of Memphis now.
I
Yeah.
think he's been trying to get out of Memphis.
he's been trying to get out of Memphis. Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know where his mind state's at. I think
I think he
they've
needs to get out
done
of
enough.
Memphis.
I think they've done enough with him. I think
Yeah.
if to trade Bain, I think the writing might be on the wall, and they
Yeah.
might be trying to start over again. Like, to be honest with you, I don't agree with it because you don't get guys like Ja very often. You don't hit that number 2 pick. You know what I mean? And land a guy that everybody wanted at 1, but you still
But they
get a
got
really
all
good
these
player
first
too.
round draft picks now.
Yeah. No, I know. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Ja wants. I don't know what the Grizzlies are trying to do. But I think one of the guys said it. I think they're trying to shed salary and they didn't want to pay Bain.
Mhm.
That was one of the big motivations.
Mhm.
So
Well,
I don't
Ja
know.
out
I
of
don't know where they
Memphis.
go from here.
I want him out of Memphis simply because I need him and his man-child father out of Memphis. Okay, I need his man-child father out of Memphis, and I need Ja out of Memphis because I
But
need him
that
somewhere.
circus travels,
what place is
CK.
better?
That circus travels, my guy.
I
Like, it's not
understand
gonna
that.
change because
Yeah.
they go somewhere other than Memphis.
Well, what I'm hoping is
we're gonna go Utah.
no. I'm hoping that he goes to a franchise that has some actual adults who will tell his father to go sit down and shut the hell up.
I don't know if
That's
that's
my
Do you
hope.
really think that's going to happen?
Indiana's an NBA
I said
Finals
I
now.
hope, bro.
Tyrese
I
Halliburton's
said I
dad
hope.
is acting up. So who knows?
I said I hope.
But this is my
Yeah,
thing.
I mean,
They're not
you're
taking
one
back-
telling me to watch my language. I'm being good for my mom. You just
We've been doing good this show.
nah.
But if they're not trying to take
she
back
was
no
mad.
salary,
She was mad. I went off.
who has the first round picks and not take back any salary to trade for Ja? Them options are limited.
Honestly, the perfect fit for Ja is Milwaukee, but they don't have nothing to give Memphis.
But Seattle, but Milwaukee don't want you to take back a bunch of those big contracts.
I understand that. That's why I said it doesn't work, but that's the fit for him is in Milwaukee.
But I'm saying if they did, you're gonna take back on some contracts coming back, and that's
I'm
not
not
what
talking about
you
the contract
can't
portion.
take
I'm talking about
Lillard.
where he fits. I'm
so
saying
now. But I'm saying
Milwaukee's
who else in the league right now, if you're not taking back on another salary, would have the draft capital to give up
Detroit.
4th, 5th
Detroit.
round, 4
Detroit.
or 5 first
Detroit
round.
might have a little bit.
Detroit.
Would
Well,
you break up that core?
But would
Detroit, the Wizards. You
Yeah,
get
but
back
would you
no. But the draft
Now you're
capital,
getting
it's
But the
really
Wizards,
it's Houston, it's
Wizards,
Utah,
Wizards.
and
I don't want them.
No, I'm just saying draft capital. The
No.
teams that have a lot of draft
Yeah, teams
capital.
that have
Wizards have
draft
draft
capital.
capital. The Wizards have draft capital.
And oh, you know who has draft capital that people aren't talking about? Brooklyn.
Okay, see.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn has-
OKC.
Brooklyn has
Yeah,
picks.
OKC. Well, they
No,
got
OKC
capital.
ain't
But yeah,
touching
it's
Ja.
like
They're not touching Ja with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
no.
But Brooklyn could flip
They about to win a
the
championship
Knicks
now.
picks and take Ja.
Yes, they could.
But
Washington,
I don't know if Ja would survive in New York. I don't know.
I don't know, but
That's dangerous though. He got in trouble with Memphis. He ain't
actual-
definitely gonna be able to hang
It'd
with
be
New York.
it'd be
Places where
fun
he
though.
could
I'd love to see every second of Ja Morant in New York. It'd be fun. It'd be
No, you know
fun.
what?
TMZ would just
If
camp
If
out
his
at his
father,
house.
if his father wasn't coming with him, I would love to see him with the Nets. The problem is his father's coming with him. That's the problem.
That's what Coach said. Like the circus travels,
Circus travels, baby.
It makes it stop every other day. Every other day, new city, new town.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope his dad. It really isn't going to be a problem because you don't want that baggage going around with Ja, but like Brooklyn desperately needs a star like Ja. I
Yeah.
think they have the
Yeah.
picks. Out of all those teams, Houston doesn't need them, to your guys' point.
I think
They have the
I think
picks. They have
Detroit-
Phoenix's picks, right? Or
I
who?
think
Yeah,
Detroit
right.
could use him alongside Kate Cunningham and Jaren Durant. Jalen Durant, yeah.
No.
I would not.
Detroit
touch the
needs an
Pistons.
adult in the room.
They need
Detroit
an
needs an
adult.
adult in the room.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no. I was talking about talent-wise, but yeah, you're right. Detroit does need an adult. You're right.
But Detroit,
Like really,
needs somebody who can open up
should be
the floor,
traded for
too.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
to
they
be honest.
Detroit needs
Nasty.
somebody who can
That
open up the
would
floor.
be
too.
nasty.
Yeah,
That's
that would
nasty
be,
work right there.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant ain't going to Detroit. He was
Then
like,
for
Nah,
me-
But if he was smart, he would.
He come out
LG, if he was smart, he would, because that team is one player away, one adult in the room away from really being really good.
Yeah, but remember, Kevin doesn't want to be the adult in the room. He wants to be the guy sitting in the corner.
yeah,
But I know.
you don't want that.
I know.
But
So we,
yeah,
so
dude,
we gotta be honest about it.
Kevin Durant wants to be like, look, y'all just do what I do. And it's like, well, Kevin, everybody can't do what you do, dog. Like
Right.
it's like what, like you're Kevin Durant. Like we can't just do what you do. Because like basketball comes so easy to him, he doesn't
Yes.
understand why basketball doesn't come easy to everybody else. That's
why
what
he
makes
can't be
him
the
like a
adult in the
wild
room.
teammate. Because he's
Yeah,
like,
that's
why,
why-
he said, why can't y'all just put the ball in the hoop like I do? You know,
That's
Kevin
why he
Durant is
can't be
that
the
guy
adult
that's
in the room.
like,
That's why he
But he-
can't be the adult in the room. He's
No.
got to go somewhere where you're just like, okay, Kevin, just go do what you do, bro. Just go do what
no,
you
because
do.
he's
Yeah,
not the
well,
guy
it would
to
have
sit
been
there
the
and
Knicks, but they didn't want him.
he's the guy that sits
That's
there and
dope.
give you the instructions and be like,
That's
man, I
dope.
gave you the instructions, man. Like, what do you mean you can't read them? I gave you instructions. He's not the guy to sit there and show you how to do it.
Yeah.
You don't
No.
you don't want that.
yeah, Kevin Durant's just in the corner, like rubbing his stuff.
Yeah.
Was like, I showed y'all how to do this
Yes, I
Mhm.
gave you the
4
instructions.
times. Okay.
Yeah, that,
Pick
that's
the ball.
I
Pick
wrote
the-
it on the paper, man.
Yeah, he's like, pick the ball up, throw it toward the orange ring, I told y'all this 4 times, guys.
Yep.
Like, man,
You know, that's why, like, to go back to what we're talking about, like with Ja, like, I mean, New Orleans has New Orleans, maybe New Orleans.
Ooh, that's
Let's
nasty
put
work there,
let's
bro.
put Ja Morant in New Orleans.
Oh my
that's
God.
nasty. No.
Can you imagine?
Y'all think Zion had strippers and Instagram models coming after him, bro? Come on, son.
You throw
Yeah,
Zion. Oh my God.
dude.
Hell,
I
you
mean,
put Zion in Memphis. I don't know if you ever been to Memphis.
if
or
you
you
put
put
him
Zion
in-
in
if you
Memphis.
put him in-
Bro, I was
Memphis.
stationed in Memphis. I was stationed
If
in
you put him in
Memphis.
the MO, you would have OnlyFans models missing. That's what
hey,
Yeah, that boy
Hey,
Zion
man,
head would
what?
blow off clean off his shoulders if you send him to Memphis. Boy.
Bro.
man, look, hey, dude. I mean, but you know what it made me think about it, because this is the crazy part about it. With the Bane trade, do it make you wonder, would they even move Ja or would they move Jackson?
Well,
Jackson.
I'm hearing reports
Jackson.
that one of those two, if not both of them, are looking to get out of Memphis now after they've traded Desmond Bane. Now, my inclination is that Jackson will be the one to go, because if you trade a Ja Morant, you have nothing to lure potential free agents to your franchise and attempt to a rebuild.
But you know how hard it is to find a young, skilled big like Jaren Jackson?
I don't think
You
he's
know
that
how hard that
skilled.
is?
That's the problem. Like, call me crazy. Like this, he's a big man that shoots. He's a skinnier version of Karl Anthony Towns to me.
Who
Three rebounds
plays
will play defense.
much more defense than Karl Anthony
Yeah,
Towns.
way more.
Number one.
He's not a good shooter as Karl Anthony Towns. He plays
No,
better
he's not.
defense. Yeah.
But I'll trade you some points for keeping the other team from scoring even more points than I'm giving up.
I mean, I can
You see what I'm
respect
saying?
that. I can respect that.
I don't know, bro. I would rather keep Jaren Jackson, especially again since you have Cole Anthony. Ja is redundant, so both of them can't stay on that team. Both of them can't stay. Somebody's got to go.
But
And I think
Cole
Cole
Anthony
Anthony
must have
fits
been
Jaren
something there in
Jackson better
Orlando.
than Cole Anthony fits Jackson better than Ja does. Because
Yeah.
not for nothing, Cole Anthony, yeah, he's a gunner, but he doesn't have a huge ego. He's willing to play with other people.
He had to coming from North Carolina, but that's not the conversation.
But Jaren Jackson, but that's the thing though. Jaren Jackson, he's up for that contract, and I don't think Memphis don't want to pay that. They don't want to pay the $5 million. They don't want
They
to.
don't
No,
wanna-
they don't. No, they don't. They don't. That's why I think Triple J better start looking for housing somewhere else. He
Yeah.
better put his
So
house on the
basically,
market.
we're looking at a teardown in Memphis. We're looking at a teardown.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, look,
because
And
they're
look,
farther away from OKC than they've been in a while. So
That's true.
which is
mean,
wild, seeing where Memphis was
Yeah.
2 years ago.
2 years
Guys.
ago.
Like
They were a
two,
number
2 years ago,
seed.
not 5. 2 years ago, where Memphis was.
They
Because
had,
think about it,
they
they
had
were
Ja,
talking
they
about
had Jaren Jackson, they had Dylan Brooks, they had like them numbers were lethal, bro.
Man, Ja with a straight face is like, oh, I'm good in the West.
yeah,
I'm good
that's
over
what I was about to
I'm
say.
good
Like
over
he was
here.
like, I'm good in the West,
With
and
a
now
straight face, he
you about
meant
to be
that.
out of the West.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
real talk,
You better come on to Brooklyn.
Let's just say let's put your GM hat on, right? The West, if you're not like in that, I'm gonna say top 4 in the West, what do? If you put your GM hat on, do I run it back with these guys again, or do I
No.
tear it all the way down and build it back?
It depends.
Tear it down.
It depends on what team you're
Because-
talking about. If you're
Exactly.
an older team, you
No, I'm
you
saying
gotta
if you're like
tear
a-
it down.
I'm saying
If
if
you're
you're
Memphis, you tear it down.
the Lakers can't never just tear it down because
No.
they're the Lakers. But say like if you're a Memphis dude, it's like, okay, what do we do? Do we just tear it down or do we run it back? Because
Well, see,
we are
here-
saying the West
They
is
tear
were
it
in a
down.
different
Question,
situation.
Here's the question though, and this is a 2-part question: who's your coach, and does he have a long enough leash in order to go through a rebuild?
Well, I'm saying in the West, you if you're not in that top
Chauncey Billups
4,
has been and the coach of the Portland Trailblazers for a bazillion years, and they won probably 30 games each of those years.
Yeah, but they're selling the team. And as soon as they sell the team, Chauncey's fired.
yeah,
Correct.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
how long is that leash?
But they,
Yeah,
but
but
they
see,
haven't
like,
been.
They're
with-
going to give him
with-
5 years.
Yeah,
but
but they
with
haven't. The
Memphis,
Blazers
it's
haven't been in the
different because
top
you're-
4, top 5. The Blazers have just
Mhm.
been stinking it up. But in the
I mean,
West,
they
it's
drafted
like,
all
what
right.
do
I
you
mean,
do?
Anthony's all right, and I mean, they got some pieces, but
Yeah,
like,
but I'm
Blazers
saying
have
The
the-
Blazers just have too many of the same
Yeah.
pieces.
Yes.
That's
Correct.
the problem.
correct.
Yes.
they got-
They got so many guards.
But
Yeah.
Memphis
Oh.
is in a different situation because they had to pay Bane. It's not like they have a lot of wiggle room salary wise. So you're paying Ja, you're paying Bane, and then you can't get additional pieces that you need to catch up
Bro,
to OKC.
Yeah.
And Houston's coming.
Houston,
Dallas Dallas is not
Yeah.
going to be that as
Yeah.
bad as you think, right?
No,
They're
Dallas
gonna
is
be a
going to
good
be actually
team.
all right.
It's hard in the West, right? It's hard.
Steve, you
Yeah.
just said it. Trade Ja to Portland. Portland would love him. Ain't a lot to do
Yeah.
in Portland, and so we'll keep him out of trouble. And you know, Portland's like Portland's a unique family. That's a unique
Me and
market.
Larry laughing because
You don't have to actually win a
Yeah.
championship to be loved in Portland. You just have to be mildly successful. We've
Portland's
seen it
an
over the
interesting
years.
place.
I don't
We've
know.
seen
What
it.
what is Portland trading back to?
You give them
Anthony Simons?
you give them Scoop Henderson. They got a couple bigs, and you can give them some picks.
Okay. I don't know if
Yeah,
Portland
hate
wants to give
I don't
players
hate
and
that.
picks.
Huh?
I don't hate it.
like this.
I don't hate it for Portland. I hate it for Ja.
No, I don't hate it for
actually,
Ja,
I like
though.
it for Ja because you know what? He needs to go somewhere where he can keep his damn head down and grow up.
But do you
And
want to
Chauncey B, his coach,
where,
would be pretty good too. But what I'm saying is, if I'm Portland, I'm not giving you players and picks because that blows up everything.
Yeah, but they have
You know
so
what I
many
mean?
redundant players. They can give up those players. They got
But you
17
can't give up.
of the
You
same
can't give
guy.
up. You can't give up the picks too because then now
Would
you
you
can't
wanna-
build around
I'm gonna
Ja.
give you
Would
two.
you
I'm gonna give
wanna
you 2
send
picks.
Ja-
I'm gonna give you 3 players and 2 picks.
would you want to send Ja somewhere where you're literally like he's on a 30-minute flight and he's in Cali?
Bro,
That's his problem, not mine.
No.
Well, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I'm going to throw this out here. It's like
No.
somebody asked James Harden. We all know how James Harden get down. They was like, James,
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite places to go, whatever, like that around?
Portland.
He was like, he was like Miami, of course, like LA, Portland.
Atlanta.
Like he kind of slid Portland in, and people was like, why
Yeah.
Portland?
because you can smoke weed.
Nah,
and
that's
I'm
not what
gonna say
James is known
gonna
for.
say something real quick, and I hope y'all know what I'm saying because I don't want to come out and say it. No 3-foot rule in Oregon,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
and I'll leave it at that.
And
Yes.
James has the you know you
Yeah,
can have
but John's not living in those. John's not living in those places.
guidebook of
What you mean? He was going bang bang, shoot him up in the strip club.
Okay. Listen,
Where
listen
was
to
he
me.
at with the guns in the strip club?
Okay, he hasn't been in a strip club for a minute. Okay,
That we know.
That you know of.
Oh,
That
exactly
you know
that
of.
we know
For a
of,
minute.
which means that he's learned that particular lesson. Okay, 'cause
Do we know?
again,
Paul, we can't confirm nor deny.
No. I said that we know of, which means that he's keeping shade on his activities, which is what we wanted him to do. Okay, keep some shade on what
you know what it is. You start taking that money away. You go fix your life real fast. How much money did you drop?
And you gonna make sure a whole bunch of people don't know about a whole bunch of stuff.
Turn the phone off.
Yeah,
like simply just turn the phone off.
Yes.
Put the phone
no location.
in your pocket,
No location, knows. Right?
Exactly.
Just throw the empty netter, man. It's 4-0
put him in Portland.
Yeah, empty net with 7 minutes left is wild business. Like this one's over. Congratulations to the Panthers.
Let's go, man.
Let's take it to you a little bit harder. Yeah, let's take it to you a little bit harder to rub it on in a little bit more.
Bro,
they didn't gave up. Yeah, this game is over with. But
yeah, that's it,
dude.
That's it.
You know what?
Like, I don't know. I don't know if he wants to get traded. I don't know if that's the right move for him. But
at this point, it doesn't matter what he wants. He brought this on himself. He brought this on himself.
I agree with you. I think a change of scenery will do him good. I hope he goes to the right situation because he was one of those guys that you were hoping to be the U.S. face of the league, and it kind of got passed off to Ant Edwards or whoever.
Or Sacramento. Can we send him to Sacramento?
He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything
wrong. He didn't do anything wrong.
Like, come on, that's cruel and unusual punishment. Come on now.
Listen, I bet
like breaking news: John Morant retires from NBA.
Listen, I bet he grows up then. Let him go.
Nah, he'd be like, this cool. I can jump in the car.
Chris Webber did not. He enjoyed his time, but he didn't enjoy his time in Sacramento.
Yeah, it was like he enjoyed the playing, but he enjoyed when he wasn't on the basketball
court. What would really be good for him is Miami.
Yeah, Miami be great for him. Miami be fantastic.
No.
Again, basketball-wise, Miami works off the court because he have to live in Miami. So
I mean, we're a long ways from
beating up his father. Udonis Haslam wound up punching his father right in the face. Come on, son.
Real talk. But you know what? I'm sitting there thinking about it, dude. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Toronto. I think he'll be a good rapper. Yeah. You know what's got they tried to jump in on the Durant trade.
Actually, Toronto would not be a bad fit for him.
Yeah, when you think about it, Toronto actually
that wouldn't be a bad fit for him, bro.
Okay, so let's spitball this. Who would Toronto give up to get
him?
Quickly.
Who do they have?
RJ Barrett.
Quickly Barrett. A couple of picks.
I mean, Scotty's out there.
No, I would not give up Scotty.
Not give up Scotty. He's the only one on that team.
He's untouchable. You can't do
untouchable.
that.
Yeah.
Barrett quickly, a couple picks.
Barrett quickly, a couple picks.
And keep what's his name? Politic. How you say his name? Politic. How you say his name?
I don't know how you say his
big
name.
Dude, but keep him, and that would be a pretty good team with Scotty, and in Toronto. You know, people think it's a game, but you can't wild like that in Toronto.
No. And you know that GM in Toronto, he knows what he's doing. He
do. Mm-hmm. And look, hey, I don't know about y'all, but hey, look, Jara be over here like, look, wait a minute, I can't afford to get suspended in Toronto because them taxes not free.
A little bit extra.
Hey,
dollar don't stretch as far, man. You know, exchange rate mess you up.
And they ain't playing with the guns in Canada. They are not playing about guns in Canada.
No, they're not.
They ain't playing about guns. They not playing.
You mess up your work visa. You can't work.
Hey, look.
Actually, he might not be able to be traded there because Canada might not accept him. Canada don't play when it comes to criminal records, bro. They do not play.
He don't have a felony though, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, he don't have a felony.
Okay.
But you know they'll make a thing out of it. You know they'll make an example out of it.
He just can't mess up right there. But yeah, that would actually be a good move for him. Like I said, it actually would. Like, you know, when you getting paid, you know, $300,000 a game. You know, and you missing a game check, you're like, yeah, I'll make it back next week. Hey, but when that 300 is like 120, you like, man, I don't know.
It don't work like that. It don't work. It don't go down. It goes up.
You can text way crazy.
But the exchange rate is much higher.
Oh, yeah.
but the Toronto taxes are way higher too. That's why a lot of guys don't want to play
listen,
there.
I was out in Toronto. I'm not trying in Montreal. So like $1 in US is like 72 cents there. So
well, that's even worse. So you getting taxed and $1 on it. It's like, man, wait a minute. Y'all was buying Cristal in Memphis. Hey, ice waters for everybody. Hey,
No, he buying Andre. Yeah, he like, hey,
it works. It works out. It works out. So like $1 here is like it's $1.30 something there, and then it balances out. It's not as bad as you think. It's not.
Listen, he buying like Corbell. He ain't buying no doggone Dom Perignon. He buying Corbell.
No, like he buying Andre. Like,
Andre. Hey, what Martin say? One drink, pass it around. Pass it around, bro.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Like I say, them Toronto taxes is crazy, and that's why a lot of players hate getting traded there, because just like California, like a lot of dudes go to California because they know they're gonna get other money, the endorsements, stuff like that. But them Ask Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was like, look,
my check looking kind of light.
No, that job tax is real, man. That job tax ain't no joke, man.
But that might be the best.
It's almost criminal that they can do that.
Bringing it full circle, I think you're right. I mean, something like Toronto will probably be the best place.
That might be the best place for him, just so he can grow up. Because the thing about Toronto, it's a beautiful city. It is a really nice city. And if you buy into it, like George Springer, who's from Connecticut, I don't think he's ever going to come back to the United States once he retires. He's going to stay up there in Toronto.
I would.
Once those Toronto fans buy into you,
so many
4 goals.
Unbelievable.
This is a shame, man.
They taking that belt out and like, let me
he has 4. He has 4.
Yes.
Throw the damn towel. Throw the damn towel.
No, this is some. Hey, Steve, this some Captain Insano shit over here. Like,
throw the damn towel. Where is throw the towel, Balboa? Throw the towel.
Chris Knobloch should be fired right now because it was already 4-zip. Why is your goalie still pulled, bro? Why is your goalie still pulled?
At that point, there's nothing you could do, man. You put him back in.
Put the goalie back in. Don't be giving
They put him back in and they took him back out.
That's what I'm saying.
Serious, this is what I was saying. If you up 3-0 in a hockey game, that is hard as hell to come back from. 3-0.
It does at this point. It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Look,
but that's
Chandler, the only person who know what I'm talking about. What I'm about to say. Look, Bayern Munich didn't have to beat Auckland City 10-0. They could have beat them 4-0, but just they decided to score 6 more goals in the second half. They scored. It don't matter. It don't matter.
That's what I'm saying. But why pull your goalie when you're already down 3-0, bro? You're not.
You pull your goalie down 3-0.
They got the goal
in case you get one. But once they got 4, you don't pull your goalie again.
Yeah, you don't do that, bro. It's hard, but
they got one. Woo!
Yeah,
that was a mercy one. That was
they call Bob sleeping, man.
That's
they got the Fuji's the Fuji ride.
I'm gonna say this right now. If Edmonton scores before there's 3 minutes left, this will be a game to the end.
Dude, that was that goal that's like, when
I said before 3 minutes
down when they down 28 points.
Man. They just call Bob sleep at the wheel, man. Bob thinking about what he gonna do when he get the cup on his hands. Yeah,
like man, what I'm drinking out the cup tonight? Champagne, what I feel like pouring in the cup tonight, drinking out of it.
The man gonna be eating cereal, eating Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, the Panthers don't play in Miami, but they close.
They're in Sunrise, so it's Sunrise. Like 30, 40 minutes away. So
that's what I'm saying. They don't play in Miami. They're close.
I've been to that arena. It's nice. It's a nice little area out there.
Yeah, 30 minutes ain't far in Florida. That's a nice straight flat shot.
Into Miami, a little traffic, but they got they got the train, the straight line that'll take you right there, man.
Man, look, they're gonna get the police escort probably all the way down there, so they can get the party in quick as possible.
Shout out to the Panthers.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of mad people.
Left is over.
There'll be a whole bunch of mad people at that watch party in Edmonton.
Nah,
People, man. They said they got like 20, 30,000 people out there. There's gonna be a
they,
bunch of
listen,
men.
they gonna commiserate and continue getting drunk.
But one of
Yeah,
the
they should
best
be used to
one
it
of the
by
best
now.
things that sports does, and I don't know if we want to end on this or whatever, but like
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here on that.
watch parties, man. Like that's
No,
that's
no,
a
no,
thing.
no, no,
It's a beautiful thing, man.
It
How
is. It is.
I don't know who did it first. I don't know if it was baseball or football, what have you, but like having, especially in the playoffs, having a watch party, it's a fun experience.
We was talking about Toronto, like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
seeing that, man. It is so amazing. And like here in Pittsburgh, when the Pirates were good, they had everybody, people on the Clemente Bridge and stuff like that.
Clemente
It was
Bridge, man.
beautiful. Like, the Penguins, they put the big screen down at the arena for the Penguins and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like Jurassic Park in Toronto, man, like that looks amazing. Yeah, what they doing in Edmonton, like, is out there in front of the arena, looks cool. Yeah, watch parties are something else. As
Until
long
they
as it's
sell it
not
to a
Vancouver,
mob.
because they tried to tear the city down after the
Yeah,
Canucks lost the cup.
yeah.
I
Like
used to do a
that
watch
was
party
ugly. Yeah.
every year
What-
at a place called Slattery's when the Rangers would play. We used to do a watch party every year in December.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Since we over here talking, we cannot get out of here without talking about this whole NBA finals. And
What's to talk about, bro?
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I mean, I
did it. We
think
almost did it.
OKC
We
shuts them
almost did
down.
it.
I think they shut him down. Like honestly, Halliburton,
He's hurt.
He's hurting.
He's
hurting.
Yeah,
He's hurting now.
Yeah.
What was
hurting
it?
now, but, like,
145 in
they
like
figured it out.
31 seconds. God. We
It's
almost
at
did it,
least
boys.
talked about
We almost
finals
got
We
through
was
the show.
already
Talking
on
about the
basketball.
finals.
We was already talking about the
Almost.
trade, man. We might as well go ahead and
No one cares.
No.
There won't be a game 7.
we just talked about bringing in casual fans to watch these. It's actually been some really good games, bro.
It's been a good game, man.
It's been some good games.
There were more people who remember that the Sonics played the Bullets than will remember that the Pacers played the Thunder.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
only reason I remember is because it should have been Knicks. It should have been the Knicks.
And yeah,
dude. Honestly, dude, I think that they would have beat the brakes off the Knicks.
No, probably.
Well, we'll never know.
like, oh no. Don't get it twisted. We would have got our ass whooped. Yeah, I mean, but still.
Yeah.
Like,
No, probably. But I'm happy that Indy's not going to win because they're not that good.
Yeah, just where Tyrese Halliburton's father can go sit down somewhere and shut the hell up.
No, you know what it is. Like Halliburton's a really good player, but like he's not a superstar. I don't want to get into that rhetoric, but like, I know he's hurt, but like, it's 0 for 6 in the playoffs, man. That's not going to win you.
He just got
You can't win like that.
in
You
his
can't
past game. So like, I'm not gonna use the narrative that he got hurt because let's keep it a whole.
No. I said it after game 4. After game 4, I said they're not gonna win another game.
That's right.
Yeah, Indy should have won game 4.
Yep.
I like the Pacers are not gonna win another game. After game 4,
that was their game to win, and
Yeah.
once they lost that game, to your point, Coach, that was it.
Here's a PSA. If your child is a professional athlete, you are not a professional athlete.
Say it
Go
again.
sit down
Mm-hmm.
and shut up. We
Say it
don't
again.
want to know your name. We don't want to know what you look like. We don't want to hear from you.
But
We
that's
want
that
them to
whole
take a
culture.
picture of you sitting in the stands cheering, and I don't want to be able to pick you out of a lineup.
That's
It
that
is your
whole culture.
child's time, not yours.
That's that whole culture. Honestly, man. Like,
yeah, that's the
parents living
thing, man. It's like
vicariously
they
through their
want
kids.
everybody wants to be famous, man. It's like if Tyrese Halliburton was my son, I would just be sitting there and just chilling.
That's it.
It would be that
hoodie
camera
on,
shot, and they be like, "Oh, there's
squad.
Tyrese Halliburton's parents," and then they go and
Yeah.
they talking about something else.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Nothing else.
it. I want Josh's father, Carl Anthony Towns' father, Halliburton's father. I need all of y'all to go sit. I need all of y'all to go take a damn seat.
I should know who T Morant is.
Thank you.
The only way I would say that your parent should be known is if you like, Jelly Bean Bryant or something like that, or you played or you was you it's a one of them things was like
Luke Walton. Okay, it's Bill Walton.
We would say Bronny. Like people should know who Bronny's dad is because his dad is freaking LeBron James.
Right.
Like if your dad did not play, like we all know who Dale is. Like Dale, we know that. Dale is because Dale played in the league. His
But you
son's
never see him.
his
You
son's
never
really
see
good.
him.
No,
You
but I'm
never
just saying you
compare
should
him.
know who he is, and
Yeah.
they do ask them because they are former players and they have
Yeah.
insight. But
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations to the
Unless
Florida
you are
Panthers.
famous, you should I should know who you are.
Yeah.
we
But
should
if
never
you
have
are,
known LeVar Ball is.
yeah,
We should never have
Listen,
known who the hell LeVar Ball is.
Obi Toppin's father is a New York playground legend. You don't never hear a peep from him.
But that's what I'm saying. People know who he is because he
different,
played
man.
the
It's
game.
different
But if
from
like
mentality with some of these
it
guys.
be these guys that probably didn't even start in 6th grade, and it's like, dude, who are you, bro? Like, dude, like, I hate to say
Man,
it.
I'm a 5th grade legend, fool.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
no,
scored
but
4
it's like,
touchdowns in high school. Like, come
but
on,
this
bro.
goes to something else where it's like, look, like I said, y'all think I be joking when I say I don't really watch ESPN and all this like paralysis by analysis type
Mhm.
stuff. It's like people like Stephen A. Smith think they're just as like they think like, look at me.
Yeah.
People watch the NBA to see me talk about the NBA. It's like nobody watches the game. Like it's like back
No,
up.
it's just a different society. It's a different
It's a different
culture.
Really is.
society, and then it's like like the NBA, and this will be one of my last points I make. The NBA needs they're looking for, and we talked about this on the show. They're looking for a face
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
they
the
don't have
league.
one. They don't have
And
one.
they are a league in the NBA, the NBA was built on the backs of Bird, Magic, Jordan, Shaq. It's like right now this is a league that is looking for that guy
The
because
new face.
whether you like him or not, he's gone soon.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant
LeBron,
gone soon.
Steph, KD, all those guys are
Curry
gone.
gone soon.
Gone
These
soon.
guys are in the twilight of their careers, and
Yep.
the NBA is struggling and scraping to try to find a new face of the league. And it's just here it is, the NBA Finals, and you like Shea. He won MVP, but he plays in Oklahoma City.
Mhm.
Now, again, a star is a star is a star. It don't matter where you play, but it's kind of
Right.
hard to market the guy who plays in all over the country, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that
Especially
was
when
how
he's so quiet.
that's how they built it.
Especially when he's so
Yeah.
quiet. He's never on social media, really.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything about him, not even positively. I mean, I
Yeah.
know he does a lot of good stuff in the community, but
Nah, dude.
bro, when the season is over, it's like Shea disappears off the face of the planet.
He goes home to
can't be
Canada
a
and
face
chills.
Dude,
And
Get back
no,
to
you know what it is,
Yeah,
right?
he goes home to
Dude,
Canada and chills.
I watched I forgot who it was. It was one of his former players. I watched him I watched his interview the other day and he was talking about Shea. And he said, dude, everybody was getting into who's gonna be the next face of all these new guys. And I forgot who it was, and he was like, no, he was like Shea Gilgeous Alexander reminds him of Kobe. He was like, all he wants to do is practice, get better, work in the gym, and hoop. That's it. That's all he wants to do.
Kobe was more in your face with what he did.
I'm talking
Kobe
about
was exciting.
work. No, but I'm talking about work ethic wise. You know how Kobe is. Kobe's notorious. Like he missed a shot after the game. I'm taking 800 shots and I'm
Yeah,
staying
but
there
that's
till
fine.
3
But
a.m.
that you can't be the face of NBL for that. We got to be able to see you. We need to see you all the time, bro.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that as far as putting in the work and it's showing on the court, he is actually put in the work. And if you watch his game, you can tell. And I get it. They want all these other guys, these glamorous guys, to be the face. But the guy that really probably needs to be the face is the guy that just wants to hoop, get better, and you see it on the court. Dude,
I think they are trying so hard to put that title on Ant Edwards or Jason Tatum.
Yeah, but your best player may not be in one of these markets, but your best player. Man, we talked about it before, dude. Steve, you backed me up on it. Dude, Shea is one of these old school players, and I hate when people get into this older guys. They wouldn't be. Shea plays like an older guy. You want the three, I'll give you the three. You want the mid range, give you the mid range. When we get on this post and post you up, I'll do that. Guards actually rebounded back in the day. You know what Shea does? Gets in and rebounds.
Yeah.
He had 3 blocks last night. Like, he plays defense. Like,
but the problem is that the league since Larry Bird and Magic Johnson has been built on faces of the league, because that was how Yeah,
But
because that's how they got off of tape delay and sold the
Exactly.
league. They didn't sell the Lakers. They didn't sell the Celtics. They sold Larry Bird. They
Players.
sold
Yep.
Magic. Then they sold
Isaiah.
Michael. Then they sold Kobe.
But you
Then
know
they
what I'm gonna
sold,
tell you?
Shaq was in there. That's and now you're stuck in a position that you've got all this money that's coming in, digital money and streaming, all that stuff, and you don't have a face to put to it.
No. And it's
Yeah, and that's the point I was
too
making
much.
earlier. Is like the NBA needs a face. They're a league that they were built on face, because we talked about this last week with football players. It's like they wear helmets. You can't see that, but basketball, you can see what these guys look like. You can see it. You can always see what they look like. You see their faces. You see what shoes they're wearing. You see all that. You can see. And it's just right now the NBA, which is such a player-driven league, like they don't have a guy, because they want Ant to be a guy, but Ant don't act right. Okay, he don't act right.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I'll kick it around to y'all too, and I'm gonna ask this question to everybody. It's not even to me the fact that, like I say, because he's probably right now the best player in the league, but not even just Shea. Yeah. Well, so I'll go even further, and I'm gonna let y'all chime in on this too. I don't think that it's really all the fact that he's in OKC. They want an American to be the face.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yes, but they also want somebody who's marketable.
I can't say that
is not marketable.
No, that you can absolutely say that. They don't.
I think you hit something on.
No, they don't want. They don't want Joker to be the face of the league.
They never got behind Joker. They never got behind Giannis.
They don't really want Giannis to be.
They don't want Giannis to be the face of the league.
No,
let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. They don't want SGA to be the face of the league because he's from Canada.
Yes,
they want
the thing is
to be a U.S. born player. They
if
wanted
he
it
were
to be
more marketable, Barry,
Josh screwed it up. They wanted to be Ant Edwards, and he ain't ready. They wanted to be Zion. Zion's
a clown.
Too busy being the face of OnlyFans. Like they don't.
But Barry,
they were trying to make Tatum happen. That ain't.
If Shea was more marketable because he looks like you and me, that he could pass for American if nobody actually. No, hold on. Just what I'm saying. If he were more marketable, he could be a placeholder till they found an American. But he can't even be a placeholder because he's just not marketable. He's boring.
I think the political climate, and then I'll end on this, is not going to be conducive for.
Well, that's a whole other conversation there.
But besides that though, when have the NBA ever really got behind a non-American player?
Never.
Dirk was really good for a little bit.
I mean, but Dirk was the face of the league. Yeah.
No, but
they begrudgingly had him to be the best player when he took down the big three.
Wait.
I mean,
exclude
Tim Duncan from
Virgin Islands.
He's from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
But exclude these two.
But he wasn't marketable, so he was never the face of the league. He wasn't marketable.
AI was the face of the league when Tim Duncan.
I gotta cut y'all out, bro. It was a time, even for like 3 years, Hakeem Olajuwon was hands down. When Jordan was gone, Hakeem Olajuwon was hands down the best player in the league. The NBA never got behind him.
No, he's African.
Because he wasn't a U.S. born player.
Well, I mean, that's when Barkley exploded.
Who was the MVP? Who was the MVP when he won a championship?
It was Barkley.
No. Wasn't it the Admiral? U.S. Army?
No, it was Charles Barkley.
But during that time, it was Barkley. It was Barkley. It was they tried it with David Robinson, like the Mr. Robinson neighborhood stuff. Remember that? They tried it, but David Robinson, boring, Navy, like what I'm saying, like it couldn't work. Charles Barkley was like, well, I ain't your role model. I don't want to do these commercials. I hate y'all. Buy my shoes though, but I hate y'all.
But on the court, Hakeem was the best player. Hakeem was killing.
But he was an American.
It's not about who the best player is, though. It's not about the best player.
It's about who is marketable. That's why David Stern went down to Birmingham. He went down to Birmingham and said, "Michael, please
get off there."
Please.
Yeah. But I mean,
we out here trying to sell LA gears that Karl Malone wearing, baby. Come back. We need you, baby. Please come back.
It would have been good, but he screwed that up big time. Yeah, he didn't want to go back.
They're trying to sell a black face to a demographic that traditionally is afraid of black faces. So you got to be marketable, you got to be palatable, and you got to be non-threatening. All of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Shay is one of those guys. If you listen to him talk, he talks about the team first. He talks about
He's
how
not American.
he gives all his other teammates credit,
He's
stuff
not
like that. Like,
marketable.
and
He's
that's what
not
I'm
an
saying. But
American.
even if I
Yeah.
honestly, I think even if he was marketable, like if he had the personality of an ant, I just think that they're not gonna get behind him because he's not U.S. He's not a
I
U.S.
think he
player.
would be a placeholder until they found an American, is my point.
I
But even
mean,
with Giannis, they never really got behind Giannis, and Giannis is
you
Giannis
Giannis
is
like
scoring.
50 nuggets.
And
Giannis is
like
and,
scoring.
and
Canada
and
and the
this is
U.S.
why
got
and
beef
this is
with
why and this
like
is why Cooper Flag is about to make a whole bunch of
we
money.
got to
There
make
you
a
go.
whole lot of
There
money.
you
He
A
go.
blonde
whole
hair,
bunch of
blue
money.
He
eyes.
checks all the
Okay.
boxes, including the
He blonde
This
hair,
is
demographic.
why
blue
Cooper
eyes.
Flag finna be able to print money. You know what
Man,
I'm
you
He,
gonna
saying?
see
he
Because
Cooper
checks
Flag
all the boxes.
on freaking 99-cent store commercials. You gonna see
His
Cooper
last
Flag.
name is Flag, bro.
Yeah,
Right,
Cooper Flag gonna be on the flag. Like like
right.
you gonna see the
Are
Mavericks.
you serious?
You gonna see them on 49 national televised game. Half their schedule gonna be on national televised
his
games.
he look, his name is Cooper Flag. He's from Maine. He went to Duke
Duke.
and he's going to play in Dallas,
Bro.
Yeah,
which is
Check,
in
check, check,
Texas.
check, check.
My man about to be printing money.
yeah, and they probably love it.
Oh, good grief!
Cooper Flag is probably gonna
He's
get.
about to be so rich. Good lord!
He
Like
probably gonna
he
get
don't
Salute
even. I
the
don't think
Steve
that kid
flag.
know
Carl
what he
on
getting ready
the.
to get.
Oh, hey, trademark. Salute the flag. Trademark. We got to
Yeah,
I
hear
say,
it.
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like
Oh
they want a
man!
US player to be the face of the league, bro. I don't care. Even if Shea was the most lovable guy in the world, they're gonna be like, nah, but he's not from US.
Hey,
You know,
hey,
he's
hey,
over here
hey, serious
on a
Barry,
work
tell your
visa.
guy to make them shirts so we can start making that money. We got to do this first.
I'm
Hey,
on it.
he say, man,
I'm on it.
we on a work visa over here.
With that being said, gentlemen, with that being said, we are going to get out of here, man. This has been a show that has flown by. I didn't even really get to talk about the stupid ass Yankees, which is cool with me because I'm not trying to say a bunch
Good.
of bad
Yeah, we
stuff.
don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll be up until
You know
midnight.
what I'm saying? So, with
Yeah.
that being said, I'm gonna get you guys out of here, man. CK, you know what to do, my guy. Get us out of here, big homie.
It was a lot of fun tonight. I'm glad I was finally able to get with you guys after I kept turning off my own hotspot.
At least you remember it. You did it.
I did. I forgot it was on. I was like, why is this on? But
Don't press the red button.
Screenshot. This is the button you press.
so, I'm glad my man Steve finally watched Killer of Killers. Hulu give us money.
Huh?
It was a lot of fun tonight, though, man. I'm glad to do this with y'all. Y'all know what it is. Summertime's coming. A lot of things to do. Veterans, families of veterans, friends of veterans, get outside, do something. Free entry to state parks for veterans. A lot of discounted things for veterans in the summertime. There's a lot of stuff to do. Get outside, have some fun, get some vitamin D. 22 veterans commit suicide every day. We got to get that number down to 0. Have fun, choose life. Talk to you guys later.
Appreciate you, big dog, man. Love doing a show with that guy, man. We got a lot of years in, man, and I love doing a show with that man. Coach, you know what to do, my guy. Get us out of here, big homie.
All right, man. Like this them 3 whiskey sours at dinner starting to hit you, boys. So I'm gonna make this short and sweet. See the link, share the link. Congrats to the Panthers for winning the Cup Finals. Gary Bettman once again he can't win for losing. But
Yeah,
but but y'all already know how it is, man, guys. God is good.
all the
All the time.
time.
Make sure you drink y'all water. You know, summertime, it's already so hot and humid and stuff like that when it stopped raining.
Yeah, that's
Um,
it. You in Pittsburgh, man. You been in a monsoon, bro.
yeah, when it stopped raining and then it's like super humid and then it started raining again. But anyway,
Jeez.
and of course, y'all already know, Sirius got the shirt on. Everybody get your dubs up. Wu-Tang is for the children. Peace.
Yes, sir, man. Looking forward to sharing the show with him, though. Tomorrow, man, wrestling show be here in the building, so hopefully Coach will be back on with us, man. Larry, you know what to do. Get us out of here, big dog.
Yeah, man, you know, real sports, man, real sports.
Here you go. Here you go.
Real sports. Bear, you on a tape delay over here or something, man?
He dozing off. He dozing
You got
off.
like a
I hate
3 second delay over here, but man,
hate that.
hey, I'm gonna just say this, man. Always a pleasure, man. Like I say, man. Hey, shout out to the Panthers, man. Good win. Uh, I'll just say this, man. We had all the execs on tonight, and a lot of people don't even realize, man. We be having so much content that we don't even get through the whole content in the show. This is how
You really
crazy our shows be. Like Aaron probably had like a whole notepad of just different topics that he's like next week, next week, add to the list next week, next week. But I'm gonna just say this: always a pleasure, and hopefully next week I can go back to my regular name, and Aaron knows what QBR is.
I hate you so
QBR.
much.
All right.
Vela, what's going on, my guy? Get us out of here, big dog.
Listen, great show. Love seeing everybody in here. Like you said, we got a lot of content, man. We just got to put it out to the masses and let everybody eat off of it.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna do a better job of that. But we got a show tomorrow talking some pro wrestling. It is a sport. If LG doesn't know, it's very vital to our lives. We love it. So shout out to the First Lady Stacy AB that comes in as a coach. We're gonna do some big things there. And you know, listen, stay safe. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Only fathers. I'll get into it later, but I'll let
Yeah.
your boy. Peace.
All right, big dog. Appreciate you, my guy, man. Yo, it's your boy Sirius repping that 412 and the 703, man. It's such a privilege and absolute pleasure to be here doing this show with these guys on a weekly basis, man. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on this very network. We are going to be recapping Money in the Bank, what took place there. The queen of the building, Stacey, be in the building with us. AB from the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast will be here. Breaking down everything around the world of professional wrestling. Unfortunately, I will not be here. Man, fella, be holding it down on the ones and twos, man. Shout out to the Florida Panthers for getting that 2025 Stanley Cup going back to back. And I always close my shows like this, man. God is good, even though sometimes people are not. God bless. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.